Yes. Yes. All right. Good evening, y'all. And happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving with your family. You know, we got people all over the country, maybe all over the world. We got people in Hawaii hanging out tonight, and they're hours and hours behind. They're just now finishing up dinner. It's 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. I hope everybody had a great Turkey Day. I like to call it Turkey Day. What's up, Eddie? Good to see you, homie. Hope you had a great Turkey Day. Yeah, I hope everybody had a great day hanging out with their friends and family, or family and friends, or maybe your pets. Maybe you got a parakeet named Joe you hang out with. Maybe you just got like a stuffed animal that used to be somebody that was alive, something that was alive. And just kind of sit there next to him and cry, wishing he was still around. I hope it's not that bad for you. I hope you spent your day with something that was some kind of being that was alive. Even if you had like a ficus next to you or a fern. Something to put your arm around and say, hey, happy Thanksgiving. And the fern looks back at you and goes, man, get your arm off of me. Anyway, what's up, Brown Dog? Good to see you, homie. Yeah, it was a really nice day today here on the East Coast in Jersey Town. We had a nice sunny day, and it was relatively warm. Had the sunroof open today. Had the window down. And just had a great old time. Went over to Ma's house and had some dinner. She made a huge spread. My asshole brother came over. My nephew was over. His girlfriend. Had a couple friends over. It was a great time. Had ham and turkey and corn and string beans and mashed potatoes and deviled eggs and what else? And, man, all kinds of stuff. Peas. Great time. Pumpkin pie. The whole thing. Mom, you know, Italian moms, they really like to cook. And let me tell you, my mom can really cook up a storm. It was just an awesome time. What's up, Kimba? Good to see you. Hope your turkey day was awesome, Kimba. What's up, Malia? Good to see you. So let's run it down here real quick, and then I'll let you all know about what's going on the table tonight, if you didn't already know by the heading on the video. Randy's in the house. Good to see you, Randy. Happy Turkey Day, brother. Nick's in the house, and Rylost is in the house. Dobbsy. What else we got? Punk Rock Monkey's in the house. Good to see you, man. Hope all's well with you. My man Nick Pentazzi. Is it Pantazzi or Pentazzi? Let me know in the comments. Pilmer's in the house. He's kind of doing things. I think he's washing dishes and maybe sitting down and absorbing some nice cat farts on a Thanksgiving. Nate's in the house. Good to see you, Nate. Nate likes his jazz. AZ Mick's in the house. Good to see you, Mick. Hope all's well. Yep. Paul's in the house. Good to see you, Paul. Hope everything's going good for you. Stellar. Not just good, stellar. Hope everything's going stellar for you, brother. Darren's in the house. Good to see you, Darren. How you feeling, brother? You feeling all right? Good. I knew you'd say yes. Eddie. My man Eddie's in the house. Appreciate you, Eddie. My man. JBL. What's up? That's for all you folk in Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh. Got Brown Dog in the house. Good to see you, dog. Kimba's in the house. There you go. What's happening, Kimba? Who else we got in here? Malia's in the house. Good to see you, Malia. Sam's in the house. Hey, Sam. What's happening, Sam? Good to see you, brother. Danny. What's up, Danny? Good to see you, homie. All right. Well, you know, Kimba, you just grab something stronger. Champagne, does that tickle your nose? Does that make you go the bubbles tickle your nose? And, yeah, Sam, good to see you, Sam. Sean's in the house. Hey, yo! Sean! Good to see you, brother. There's like a billion of them. They're right up there on the roof. Myself and Sean were actually going to heading to, where is it again? Wait a minute. I got a little lip skin here. Hold on. All right, I got it. I'm going to a record convention with Sean Spins. He's out in Phillytown. We're going to go check him out on Saturday. This will be my first actual record convention that I've ever been to. I've never done any record conventions, but I'm looking forward to this one. So you go to the bank, you pull out a bunch of cash, and you go, hey, I hope I can buy something really cool. Yeah, I got you got to get that little kind of stringy, you get a dry lip, you know. The weather's changing. You know, I get the dry lips, you know, in the wintertime. So you got to put on the you know, you load it up with the chapstick or the medicated balm, some salve. Is it salve? Salve. Anyway, you load the lips up with it and keeps them nice and soft. You can't be kissing girls and you got like wrinkled lips and they're all dry and cracked, and you don't want sores on your lips and all that kind of. That turns a chick off. You get in there real close to kiss her. She goes, hey, what are you, fucking leper? Your lips falling off. Yeah, so hydrate the lips. That's all I'm saying. You rub lard on your lips. Lard. I knew a guy in school, we called him lard. Hey, lard lips. And they sent me to the principal. It's like, why are you making fun of him? I said, motherfucker's lard lips. Look at this guy. Fucking lard lips. Anyway, yeah, it's good to see you guys. I hope you had a great time today. I sure as hell did. It was good to hang out with family and get some good food. Went back up 3 times, got some ham, got some turkey, plates, and just drinking beers and having a good old time laughing. Now, having said that, hey, Randy, it's like you've never been here before. My conversations are getting weird. Come on. You know where you are right now. That's a strange thing for you to even say. I think your comment's even weirder than, you know, your speculation on my conversation getting weird. I'm all about getting weird. It's nothing but weirdness here. You see what's my name, Mr. Bizarre? You think it's just a Mr. Straight-Lace, Mr. Dry Humor, Mr. Come on, Randy. You know where you're at. What's up, Dave? Good to see you, homie. Long time no see indeed. I check out Dave's streams when I can, but Dave's over on the West Coast. I swear he goes live like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm waking up at 6 o'clock, and Dave just gets done streaming like 15 minutes before I wake up in the morning. So I don't always get to see it, but I check out some stuff after the fact. So just know the dude's watching you. I'm watching you. Always watching. Yeah. So it's good to see everybody. I don't, I was telling Sean the other day, I don't eat fast food, but I like Chick-fil-A. And he goes, oh, hey, you don't like fast food? He goes, you say you'd like to eat stuff that's good for you, and then you eat Chick-fil-A, and it's got MSG in it. Hey, there's got to be some concessions, right? You know what I'm saying? There's got to be some concessions. You got to have some enjoyment in life, and it is extremely flavorful. And I don't feel any ill effects. So I'm not twitching or anything like that. The dry humor truck, yeah, he uses dry ice. Yep. So anyway, it's good to see you guys. Tonight we're going to be doing our full album spotlight, and this is one that I've wanted to do for a long, long time. Now, in the world of Michael Schenker, or Miker Schenkel, however you want to say him, I'm just going to say Miker Schenkel. This is my favorite. Now, he's got his Armed and Dangerous kind of thing and Into the Arena and all that kind of stuff that most people know Michael Schenker for. I'm going to tell you all about this album. This is Michael Schenker Group, Assault Attack, and this is 1982. And I'm going to tell you the main reason why. I'm going to give you 2 good reasons why I like this album. Number 1, excellent musicians in this band, all right? Great musicians. Number 2, a man by the name of Graham Bonnet sings on this album. And I can tell you, This is the pinnacle of everything that Graham Bonnet has ever done. I fucking love Graham Bonnet's voice. He has such a range, and the vocal layering he does, the harmonizing he does with himself is just fucking stellar. So what I like most about this album is the vocals. And that's kind of a strange thing for a drummer to say, because typically I'm all about the drums and rhythm section, but this album makes me happy. It's got some heavy stuff on it. It's got some tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff on it. It's got a song about a dancer. It's got a song about samurais. Songs about camels running around in the desert. Songs about failed relationships and seedy women. It's got everything a good rock album should have. This is 1982, and I can't wait to spin this for you. This it's Randy was saying earlier in the chat. He says, you know, this was my favorite album in high school. Now, I'm not quite that old that I listened to this in high school. I wasn't even in high school in 1982. I'm not that old just yet, but I will say, I do love this album, and it has a special place in my heart. It's very well made. It sounds very good. And there's not a lot more I can really say about this album besides literally spinning this album for you and letting you listen to it firsthand. How many people know this album? I mean, how many people know this album well enough to say, I know Assault and Attack? This was one, I was happy to find this. I remember finding this. I'm sure to some people, they probably say, you know, Michael Schenker, Assault and Attack. But I've loved this album for so many years. When I found this in the bin for like $5 or $6, I was, you know that thing where you breathe, you suck in, you go, and I was like that. I literally held my chest, and I started stumbling around the record shop, and they were just about to get the defibrillators. Clear! I was like, okay, I'm all right now. I'm okay. And so when I found this, I was extremely excited. I came right home and listened to it. And I'm glad to be sharing this album with you guys tonight. So, well, you know what, Paul? There may be one song on here that it's possible that they may have played at the roller rink. Now, I never did any roller skating. I was more a longboard kind of guy. I did a little longboarding in my day. But my little sister, I used to drop her off at the roller rink all the time. And she'd meet up with her friends, and they'd skate in circles for about 3 hours. And I never really understood what it was about. But, yeah, so maybe one of these songs. It's called Dancer. So maybe that may be one song that they may have played back in the day-o, as they say. So let me hit this chat real quick and see what's going on. Boingo's in the house. What's up, Boingo? Good to see you, Holmes. Hope everything's going good. I assume you're a Holmes. A name like Boingo, it's very, you know, it's neither here nor there. So, yeah, it's great to see you guys. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yes. Dave, hey, I think we're all going to end up getting there at some point, Dave, right? But, yeah, I think it's safe to say Randy's old, but old in a good way because he's young at heart. You know that commercial, Young at Heart? Pushing that guy around in the wheelchair, and he said, he's young at heart. And he's just babbling and spit's running down his cheek. He doesn't know where the fuck he's at. Somebody forgot him and left him out in the park in the rain, and he's just sitting there and completely oblivious to anything that's going on. It's kind of like that thing when old people, they can't regulate their heat, so they always think they're cold, and it's like 120 degrees in the house, and all the windows are shut, and it's August, and the heat's on high, and you wonder why these people burst into flames. Yeah. So, all right, good to see you, Mike. Mike, kick back and relax. Let me tell you something. If there's anybody in here right now that doesn't know who Michael Pilmer is, go check out Michael Pilmer's channel. He's got a great channel. He drinks wine. He burps a lot. He didn't burp a lot today, but there were times where he's burped quite a bit. He shows cats' anuses. He talks about inhaling cat farts. Just all kinds of stuff. He's a jokester. And he's an all-around good guy in all seriousness. Michael Pilmer's a real solid guy. We need more people like that in the world. Not just the VC, but the world. Good people like Michael Pilmer out there. So It's good to know you, buddy. You enjoy that incense, and when you light that up, just go. Just bring it in, and just know that's what that's what Bizarro's lair smells like. Yes. So, let me pop open my beer. I got myself a Blue Moon here tonight. I got my Heavy Temple koozie, spill 'em all. I'm going to crack this open, and I'm going to set this baby up, and we're going to get started. So I hope everybody has a good time. This is a full album spotlight, so we're going front to back, just like Mama taught you how to wipe. You don't go back to front. That's how you get the bacteria. You get all kinds of problems, and like you're going to see the doctor. He gives you an ointment to put on it, and you wish you just went front to back like Mom showed you. Okay? That's right, Michael. Light it up right now. No, I had skin hanging. I don't have. It's not there anymore. That's why I said hold on a minute, because it's gone now. It's gone. No more lip skin. But yeah, let's put the sucker on. Crack this beer open. I hope you got yourself a cold snack. Hope you got your bowl packed up. Whatever it is you got going on, whatever you imbibe in. Is it in vibe or imbibe? In vibe? I'm not sure. But either way, enjoy the music. It's good to see you guys. Yep. Happy Lipskin Day, y'all. That should be a national holiday. Everybody goes around and go, wait a minute, I got something on my lip. Hold on 1 minute. Give me. Let's get this. There it is. I got it. Enjoy, y'all.
You put me down, that's what I said. I hit the ground.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers.
See the pride, everybody knows she
That's it. Good night, everybody. I'm just kidding. It's okay. It's all right. Relax. I was just kidding. I was just kidding. Hey, man. The power pop comment. That's what I love, because there are a couple songs. There's like two songs on here that are right in that vein. You know, power pop. Dancer, which we just heard, and then I think there's one more on. Is there? Maybe the only one like that. Yeah, I think it is. I think that's the only kind of power pop song on the album. But you'd think it diminished, the harder edge of this album, but it doesn't. I love that song. And again, this is my favorite Michael Schenker because Graham Bonnet is on it. Graham Bonnet, he's like 72 or 73 years old now. He just put an album out like earlier this year or end of last year. The guy still sounds fucking good. And, he only lasted one album with Michael Schenker. Michael Schenker fired him. He fired him semi-conflicting thoughts in the reason that he was fired. But mostly what you hear is he wasn't reliable as a singer. Not to say as a human being, like he wasn't getting hammered or anything, but they say he would blow out his voice. Because he's, as you can tell, this guy really, and if you've seen this guy sing, like they're like tendons like just popping out of this guy's neck. He's hardcore. Like he really pushes the notes. You know what I mean? So I think he lost his voice a lot during the tour and that kind of thing. So Schenker got rid of him, and I don't think that was such a good idea. Imagine what they would have done after this. But having said that, I've talked about this before within a discography. What I enjoy about a band's discography the most are the anomalies within said artist's discography. So for me, this is the anomaly. There were singers that came after Graham that tried to do the same thing with the same kind of flair as Graham, but Graham Bonnet really did a great job at harmonizing with himself, honestly. You hear these tracks, and there are at least two Graham Bonnets on there. Sometimes there are three vocal tracks on there. For the most part, there are at least, minimally, there are two vocal tracks. And for most singers, they'll do kind of a double vocal track in the same pitch. But Graham Bonnet, he's actually harmonizing with himself, which I find really interesting as far as vocalization goes. Yeah. So this is, for me personally, this is the anomaly within the discography. And they're the things that I try to seek out when I find bands. Where's the oddball? Where's like the standout album with a band? And I tend to gravitate more towards those. Even if they're different than preceding or albums, that come after, I tend to cling to those a little more. There's just something about going outside of a band's formulas. A lot of bands are formulaic in what they do. And when they change it up, when they've got the balls to change things up, that's the stuff I kind of cling to. Whether it's good or not, it's just more interesting to me that they've taken a chance. Even if it didn't totally work out, I still respect the band for taking a chance and trying something different. Like AC/DC. You know how many times they step out of their box. So let me flip this over, and then we'll do side two. And side two's got some really great stuff on it. You're really going to enjoy this. This is, again, this is a front-to-back kind of album. I can't listen to this album unless I listen to the whole thing. So hope you guys are digging it. Hope you guys are having a good turkey day. I hope maybe you just had your dinner and you're sitting back on the couch. Maybe got it up on the big screen. Maybe you got your headphones on. You got some full cans on, and you're just kind of cranking this in the background. Washing your dishes or something, or shit, man, just sitting there fanning your balls, whatever you're doing. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're having a good time. Let's flip this over. It's always best when you drop the needle from about 6 feet in the air. I lift it up as far as I can, and I just let it fall. I let gravity fall, and boom. That's my tech tip of the day. When you're dropping your needle, make sure you drop it from as high as you possibly can, because then it really sets in that groove, and you know it's not going anywhere. Actually, don't do that if you want a needle. All right, let's do it, guys. Yep. Hydra 20 this coming Saturday. Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
We all need to have mentality. We all have the
Hold on a minute. I got a question. Hold on a second here. Let me reset this back down here for a second. Hold on. Where am I at? No. One more song. Hold on. Okay. Let me ask you a question. If you had the choice, you had to be blind or you had to be deaf, what would it be? What'll it be? It's easy for me. It's easy. That's an easy answer for me. Now, it's interesting the way some people react to that kind of question and answer it, because some of the people I swore would say one thing, say the other. I think for me personally, I'd rather be blind, because I think in a world without sound, it's got to be like being in prison, right? I mean, yeah, you can see what's going on, but you can't hear anything. There's no music. You can't jam out. At least, if I was blind, I could still play my drums blind. Like, I played my drums with my eyes closed before. I know where everything is at. I think I could get around okay, being blind. Probably not the greatest thing in the world, but I think being deaf, there's just something about it. Actually scares me a little bit. The idea of being deaf, it actually scares me a little bit. So you'd rather be deaf so you can ride. Well, yeah. See, that's what I mean about it's a subjective thing. Let's see what we got in here. Dobbsy says he'd rather be blind. Randy says blind. Gary says he'd rather be deaf. That's interesting, see? And then Paul says he'd rather be deaf because he wants to ride his motorcycle. Now, I totally get that. I've been riding my whole life. I totally get what you mean. But I think for me personally, it would be just unbearable to not hear anything. I think music is more important to me than anything in this world. I think without music and the ability to hear things, there'd be no reason for me to live. But that's an interesting question, isn't it? Yeah. So, we got one more song. Gary brings up a good point. There is an upside, I think, to being deaf, where you just don't have to hear anybody's shit anymore. You don't have to hear people yelling, and if you got an overbearing girlfriend or wife, you can just go, what? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know sign language. I don't understand what you're saying. So, yeah. So there could be an upside to it. But for me personally, I'd rather be blind. I think I can make my way around just fine. And you know what, Paul? Put me on a fucking motorcycle blind. I guarantee I'll probably make it to the end of the block. Just put me on a nice straight road. A nice wide, like half-mile road. Maybe put me down at the Bonneville Salt Flats on a motorcycle, and just let the dude go. See how far I make it before I hit the wall. Yeah. So here we go. We got one more song here, and then that's going to be it. So I hope you guys are digging it. And I do appreciate your individual thoughts on what you like and dislike. That's what this is all about. You don't all have to like the same exact thing. That's what makes us individuals. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Tuco. Hey, it's not a total hot dog cart here. We do have some chicks that come by. We got Kimba that comes by and hangs out. She puts like that sweet smell of perfume in the air. We got Adrian comes by, and Miss U comes by, and Malia comes by. We got some chicks that come by, but the demographic is like it's like an old west, gold rush town. It's like one chick and like 50 dudes. You know what I mean? So watch yourself, Kimba. Stand at the wall. Stand with your back at the wall, man. Stand with your back to the wall. Now, I played you an entire album. Michael Schenker, The Salt Attack with Graham Bonnet. Interesting comments tonight. And what I'd like to say about these comments is that's what makes us different people. If everybody came up here and, oh, I love this album, I love it, and you didn't, I don't want you to come up here and be full of shit just to be part of the crowd. Say what's on your mind. But it's an interesting thing you bring up, later on in life, we evolve. I think if you're an intelligent person, you evolve and you allow certain things to permeate you that you didn't allow in the past. And I brought this up 100 times in the past about my musical taste when I was young. If it wasn't metal, it sucked. I liked some classic rock, but I was very strict about what was metal and what wasn't metal. For instance, Queensryche, not metal. If you put Queensryche in front of me when I was 14, I'd lob that record at you and half cut your head off because it's not metal. Still don't consider it metal, but a lot of people back in the day considered Queensryche metal, and it didn't have a place in my vernacular. Vernacular. It's black or white. But that's something that hopefully dissipates with youth. You know what I mean? You get older and you evolve, I think, as a music lover. That's part of the continuing story of a music lover is you always want to keep an open mind. And put yourself out of your comfort zone. That's probably the best piece of advice I could give you. If you want to learn about new music, take yourself out of your comfort zone and allow some different kinds of music into your ears and give it a chance. Just give it a chance. Just give it an honest chance. If you still don't like it after you listen to it, that's fine. But don't be closed-minded to everything because you could be missing out on something kind of special. And that's happened to me quite a bit as I've gotten older. Lots of music that I would have never touched as a teenager that I absolutely adore nowadays. So, I don't know. Should I ask some people come up? I'll put the link up here. I'll put the link up here and we'll talk. If anybody wants to come up, we'll talk for a minute. Just for a minute. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Let me think about it. I don't even know that I feel like talking to anybody tonight. Maybe I just feel like hitting the couch and, I don't know. Maybe I'll just hang out and watch some TV. You know what I mean? What do you think? Should I just leave and go watch a little TV? Anybody wants to hear some chat? Maybe get Grandpa Randy up here and he can tell us back about the Depression. Maybe the Great Molasses Flood of 1904. Randy will come up and regale us with some stories. Yeah, let me do that. See if Randy wants to come up for a minute. Maybe Randy can come up and tell us about before shoes were invented, what that was like. Yeah. But anyway, I enjoy that album. It's a fun album. And, you can argue it's got a couple soft spots. But, again, we're talking about early 80s. People were talking about UFO and that era kind of music. And, hey, by the 80s, trust me, these people were tired, haggard, drunken for 10 fucking years plus, touring, not a lot of original content. So you got to keep that kind of thing in mind with the 80s. That's why I talk about the 80s not having all that much to offer. As far as bands from the 60s and 70s that made it into the 80s. They didn't have a lot to offer. They were tired. You've been partying for 8, 10 fucking years straight. Not a lot to offer in originality. So when I talk about Assault and Attack being a good album, I'm talking about it being relative to the era. And the early 80s on into the mid 80s, there was just a lot of tired stuff going on. Like, talk about Emerson, Lake and Palmer. What was that Love Beach album they put out? I mean, you're talking about a band that put out albums like fucking Tarkus and Brain Salad Surgery, and they're putting out a fucking album called Love Beach. You know what I mean? It's just so there's where I'm sitting when I talk about what is good in the 80s and what's not good in the 80s. This I consider a high watermark considering its time. So, yeah. Merle Haggard, yeah. He loved Johnny Cash, didn't he? He was a big Johnny Cash fan. Hey, there. All right. We get to see the back of Pop-Pop's head. Hey, Poppy.
I didn't fool anybody on that one.
How about that molasses flood?
What's that?
Were you there?
What's
The great molasses flood of 1906 in San Francisco?
Oh, yeah. The fire in Chicago was way worse.
Were you there for that? You started that, didn't you?
That's right.
What's up, brother? Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Cheers, everyone.
All right. Good to see you, man. So what'd you do today?
I cooked a big dinner, but I didn't cook a turkey. I had a 6-pound chicken, and I stuffed that and made some good taters, green bean casserole, and then stuffing, and it turned out well. I think I like the chicken better. It's easier, takes like less time to cook it, and it's more flavorful, man. Turkey gets old to me after a day or so, you know.
You can mess up a turkey really quick. It can end up going from, nice and moist to dry in like 5 minutes. So, yeah, chicken. Beer can chicken. You ever do the beer can chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So every time I cook a turkey or a chicken, I put it in the oven bags, butter it up, and it just stays moist. It's a good way to cook it.
Yep. Moist. Good word.
Moist.
My mom used to, before those bags were invented, she'd get a paper bag, like used to get from the super. Well, now they're back again, but back, paper bags. And she covered in like Crisco.
Yeah.
And she put the bird in that bag, and she'd bake it in that paper bag.
Yeah, see?
Old
did
school.
what you had to do back then, man. You knew the secrets.
That's right. And then she used that same paper bag to wrap my school book in when I went to school. So
that's right.
So what's happening? Anything new show up? Any new wax? Anything new happening over there? Did you mention a pair of speakers?
Yeah, I picked up a two-pair actually. $20 a set. Both of them, the acoustic research, I didn't think needed the new foam on them, but after I started cleaning them around the edges, some of the foam started breaking off, so it's time, just get some rubber ones put on there. But I got those ordered, and then
What'd you do? Get the urethane ones?
yeah, it's kind of like a rubber,
Yeah.
so they don't
But not the foam ones, right?
No. Excuse me.
Got some nuts in the back of the neck there?
Yeah. Yeah, but as far as records, I got what I get. I don't remember what I got. Oh, yeah, I got this. Got that. Not much. Let me see here.
54, that's not old, Paul. Randy's like 66, man.
Yeah.
He's soon he's going to reach his actual, screen there.
I picked this one up. I've got the original of this, but I was watching on what's that show I watch? Grant's Rock Warehouse. You guys watch that?
No, what's that on TV?
No, it's on YouTube. He does like a show like this, but they have pretty good subjects on there. And they were talking about this album, and somebody said
Hey,
they had one.
Happy Thanksgiving.
hope
What's
you
up,
weren't back
Eddie?
here too long, brother. Sorry about that.
No. I just popped on.
I can't remember what year this came out. It was
Happy
like
Thanksgiving, Eddie.
2 or 3 years ago, but it has all the radio ads and stuff on the third disc, so it's pretty good,
What is that? A repress or is that original?
This is a repress. I do have
Okay.
the original, but I love this album. But it's got that. It's a 2 LP set. One of them's etched, which I hate that. I mean, it's like a
What is it?
waste.
Side 4? It's got an etching on it.
Yeah, and then side 3 has all the radio ads and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. But, to get it all complete,
I've been looking for that.
And it's a Grunman master.
Oh, it's a Bernie. Oh, wow. Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
right.
It's a Bernie rip. Uh-oh, somebody's got, is that Earthless? Is Eddie going to show some Earthless?
No. I showed Earthless a long time ago.
It looked like it was the back of it there for a minute. Oh, wait, is that the one? Is that another one I think it is that you sent over to me?
Are you familiar with Devil's Witches?
Devil's Witches. No.
I just placed an order with Cosmic Peddler, and I got this Devil's Witches. Then I got Split, based on Vance's concert footage that he posted.
Yeah, Slift. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Slift.
I was in Austin day before yesterday, and I traded. I took some records for trade, and I walked out with the Foo Fighters
Yeah.
second record.
Color and shape, right?
Yeah. And then I picked up an OG of Pearl Jam's Vitology.
Yeah, you showed me this the other day. Great
Yeah.
score. OG too, man. That's
Yeah, and an OG of the Melvins.
Wow.
These are their second
Very
record,
yeah.
Ozma.
Yeah, you don't see
And,
that.
and then the first Foo Fighters, but I already filed that one away.
Yeah, that's the one I like the best. That first one, man.
Same here.
Of who? Pearl Jam?
Foo
Foo
Fighters.
Fighters.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters, yeah.
But then again, a lot of that was supposed to be Nirvana material, so
Yeah.
that could be
Definitely
why.
so.
It was all demos, because I've been reading, in forums about people kind of complaining about the sound quality. And somebody was like, you got to remember, these were all demos that he recorded. They weren't intended to be released. They were supposed to go to a record label so he can get a deal. And they just said, just give us what you got, and they put it together, and that's what they released.
I don't know why someone's complaining about the audio.
Yeah,
quality. I think it sounds great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the CD. So if you pick up the vinyl, it sounds exactly like the CD. And I
We
think
all
that was a complaint because I think the lacquers were cut by Chris Bellman, so people were expecting a remaster. It's like, no, he didn't remaster anything.
I don't. Yeah, I think some albums shouldn't be remastered. I mean, for
Right.
better or worse, I think you just leave them alone. Well, you got a favorite
Right.
song off that first Foo Fighters? Mine is Watershed.
Jesus. And
Super short.
I like the whole album because I saw him in that tour with the Breeders opening up, and it was just a fantastic show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably one of the best debut records, in my opinion. And it's up there with Sabbath and all that. And for what it is and for the time, I think it's a great debut record.
Yep.
Hey, can we all take a moment of silence for Kimba? She's got to work tomorrow.
You leaving?
No. She's
Oh, she's not
Adios.
leaving yet. You got to get up and work on Black Friday. I wonder if she's in retail. I wonder if that's why.
Have y'all picked up any Black Friday shenanigans?
No, but a really, really good friend of mine, I have so few really awesome, really good friends, sent me this album called Early Moods. It's a fucking stellar album.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
Who's
thanks
that
for sending me
swell?
that.
Who's that swell guy?
Yeah, it's you, Eddie. It's you, man. Yeah, I spun it the other day when I told you, and I fucking love it. It sounds great.
Yeah, it's kind of like a doomy street rock, like urban doom. I don't know. It's L.A. meets Doom.
Know this one, Randy?
No.
If they had 3 more guys, it'd probably be a funk band. Have some
Be
drums.
Chicago.
Chicago. There you go.
No, it's a
Well,
really.
I got in on an early Black Friday thing. The guys from Human Guru, the ultrasonic record cleaner, had this deal, package deal. It was like the cleaner with the adapters, the cover, and a bunch of other stuff. So I went ahead and bit the bullet on it.
Is it any good?
I just ordered it today, so I'll be getting it sometime.
Yeah, because those large piece bands, those are the guys that are in it for the music usually, not the money so much.
Yeah. Well, I like clean records.
Yo, Adrian.
Oh, she's here. Shut up.
It's like she likes when I do the Rocky thing. I say, hey, this is like a billion of them.
Where's that from? Which Rocky was that from?
That's Rocky 5 when they were doing the Christmas thing, and Paulie comes downstairs and he goes, yo, yo, yo. And Rocky goes, no, it's ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. Rocky 5 was bad, man.
He's so fucking stupid in that. He's just got, what is he driving a Maserati in the after that, like in the next movie or something?
Yeah, it got out of control.
How did you get smarter as you went on?
I think after 3, it was over, man. But
Pretty much.
ever tell you guys that story? So I bought that. I think there was 5. It was the 5 CD or DVDs, right? So it was like a box set, and then in the back of it came this, Rocky's white robe. It says Rocky on the back of it, For years, I just had it on the back of our door in our bedroom, like on the hook.
Yeah.
And our door was always open, so you never seen it. And this girl that worked with my wife came over, we were having a party, and she was just showing around the house. And so Kim kind of closed the door to show her something in the closet.
I remember I went to school with Randy years ago. Now, this is a great record. The original.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Wow.
I like the hair, man.
Is
So
that
how you
Kurt?
gents
It looks
doing
like Kurt
tonight?
Cobain's in the house, man.
It's Andy Warhol.
You got
Andy
some
Warhol,
great
too.
hair, dude.
So anyway, my
Well, how old of a friend of Randy's are you? Are we going back to the molasses flood in 1906, friend? Or
It was actually 1905.
oh, was it 5?
Late
I'm sorry.
1905. It was like November 1905. Easy confusion, people weren't around then. It was
how the
bad.
hell you been, son of a
It
bitch?
was pretty good.
It's a Navy buddy of his.
He's in like Doctor Strange's mansion or something, isn't he?
So anyway, check this out. So
Good
that,
to see you, Dave. Thanks for coming up, buddy.
that Rocky robe's hanging
You
on
had
the
me
back.
fooled for a minute. I thought that was.
I actually fooled a friend of mine one time. I had a beard put on with a spirit gum and a wig, and I asked to use his phone. He's got kind of sketchy. He's like, "Do I know you?" I go, "Oh, yeah, you know me. My car just broke down. I'm your neighbor." So it took him a while. He recognized the tattoo that I have of my wife on my arm. That's how he knew who I was. It took him like about a good 10 minutes, though. It was pretty good.
Your
He's
wife
like,
must
"Yeah,
love that
come
you have
on
a
in."
tattoo of her on your arm.
Oh yeah, well, it was her idea. It was I did it for our 30th anniversary.
Now, is
Yeah,
it,
you're okay by that.
I might be stepping out of bounds here, but is that the arm you look at while you're beating off?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I would put it.
This was actually when we first started dating. So she was 16.
That's
so.
cool. And you just
Yeah,
had an
that's cool.
anniversary recently, didn't you?
I did 37
Wow.
years.
Wow.
God, dude.
Congratulations,
37
man.
years.
You
Yeah,
really
thanks.
were around in
Wait,
1905, weren't you?
Yeah. Oh
Did
yeah.
I just hear that right? She was 16 and you were 25?
Yeah. No, I was 18. She was almost 17 when we got married.
That's not legal anywhere, Randy. Shh.
Almost. I like that.
So it was, it's a good time. She's put up with a lot, let me tell you.
Oh, man.
Man, that's a long time, man. That's
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, dude. Holy
Me and my
shit.
wife just celebrated our 30th. It'll be
Yeah.
31.
Congrats. Yeah, it's kind of rare these days.
Yeah.
It is.
I
That's what I was
mean,
thinking.
I broke the cycle myself. My dad been married 4 times. His dad been married 3 times. The guy before him was married 3 times. It's just like, so now I found one I liked, decided to keep her.
Nothing
Good for
wrong
you.
with that.
Or she decided to keep me, I should say.
Yeah, right. That's how I feel about speakers. Like, I got one pair of speakers that I loved, and I just kept them. Women forget about it. I can't say the same. I got the same track record with women. But
Yeah, we've got the same speakers, so that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. We know it sounds good.
So yeah, I was having Thanksgiving with the Munsters. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I thought that was like Doctor Strange's mansion or something in the background.
Yeah, I got to change it out now that Halloween's over.
Look at Dave's name is one of Randy's old friends.
Gee, I'm glad you thought about that for a while, Dave.
Yeah.
He went up in the attic, dug out his wig,
Actually,
wrote the
I keep
new
wigs on
text
hand.
on his...
He
I
put
got
work
I got
into the sleep
I keep wigs on hand and stuff. So
Oh, shit.
Awesome. Well,
Hey,
happy Thanksgiving, Dave. It's good to see you, man.
it's good seeing you.
Glad you
Have a
came
great
up
one, everybody.
finally.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I was
anyway,
talking about how-
let me finish my Rocky story.
Oh, okay.
here.
Go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
I think I told this before, but
All right, hold on now. Now I'm going
anyway, we had that party, and my wife's friend came over, and that Rocky robe was hanging on the back, like at the door, but if it was open, so it'd be behind it. And she opened it to get to the closet or something like that. And then my wife looked at it and then kind of hurriedly shut the door, just out of embarrassment that there's a Rocky cape hanging from the back of the door. So the girl says to her with, it just quick. And she says, oh, role play. But she was serious too. But no, that was crazy, man. Role play.
Was that it for Dave? He just came by to do that and then he left.
Oh, he left. He didn't like my story.
Is
He
Dave the
hates
kind of guy
Rocky.
that you're just like, what happened? Where did he just kind of left? He didn't say goodbye.
Just want to show off his new wig.
He'll be back.
He's
probably
outside.
got-
Hey!
He probably got cut off.
That's all right. Glad you came up for 3 minutes, Dave. He's never been up here before. Yeah, I was talking about Dave. He's like West Coast, so he's, I'm just about waking up for work, and he just finished streaming like 45 minutes before I woke
I
up.
know it. I always hear the stories like, yeah, Dave had a stream last night, and then because I've never seen him, and then
Yeah.
Hey, can I
find
ask
out-
this question for Fred? Fred, I hope you ordered Type A on the plug for that Human Guru.
Oh, I thought you were going to answer Paul's question is, which one played Rocky, Randy?
I was Adrian.
I was going to say, I could picture you with the Adrian right
Oh,
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day. What'd you end up doing today, Eddie? Did you go see family? What was your day like today?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't ask that.
No, I got invited to go to a friend's house, but I just felt like just staying in and listening, catching up on some records, and
Isn't it-
watching
it's
football.
it's better that way, man.
I agree. I agree.
I hate the whole process of getting to go somewhere. Have to,
My wife asked me that
out the
today.
shirt. I'd rather just lounge and just watch TV, hang out with my dogs, watch football, watch some of the soccer, hear music. I'd rather just not do anything, not have any commitment.
No, Dave, come back up. We're not leaving. Come back up.
That's like I take care.
Just put your wig on.
I take care of my wife, because she's got her problems and stuff. But
Yeah.
she said today, she goes, do you miss going to like your family functions and stuff?
Family?
Like that? I said, yeah, and I said, it's good seeing people like the family and stuff, but as far as getting ready and going over there and then having to drive home late and all that crap, it's just a hassle. I like staying home. I'm a
And
homebody
then
now.
for me, it's also my brother's not around anymore, so
Yeah,
just it's not the same.
Right.
And then you go somewhere and you get that petty look, or I wish my but so I just rather not
Right.
deal with it and just stay home.
Did you say brothers, plural?
My brother,
Your brother.
I only had one brother.
Yeah, it's. I feel you, Eddie. It's a bummer, man. I lost my sister, so I know what you mean as far as that goes. It's a real bummer.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like the the 900-pound gorilla in the room.
Right. Yeah, and then 2 years ago during this time he was intubated from. So it's just a lot of things and a lot of mental baggage. I'd rather just not deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't blame you. There've been plenty of holidays where I just decided I didn't want to go anywhere.
Right.
No Christmas, no Easter, no Thanksgiving. And just let me
And my
stay
extended
home.
family are real cool. They're like, hey, come over. You got a place to stay. You come over. Blah blah blah. A friend of mine invited me. Hey, we're gonna have turkey. Blah, blah.
There he is. He's back
I just
again.
rather just chill.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. You thought we were leaving?
I thought you guys were leaving. I didn't want to.
No,
think
it's
you
just
guys
letting
had to
Randy
stay
finish
to
his
entertain
Rocky
me.
story.
Oh, it was a good story. I was still listening, so I just thought, yeah.
Good to see you back again.
I thought you'd come up with a wig on again.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, it's an old friend. You just did that, Dave. Oh, I forgot.
There's the wig.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. But did you cook at home? You entertained at home today, Randy?
Yeah.
There-
There he is.
It was like a. Yeah.
It's kind of like frosted, isn't it? Kind of like frosted tips. I'm sorry, Randy. Go ahead.
No, it was easy because the chicken only took about an hour and 45 minutes to cook. I prepped stuff for about an hour, so I didn't have to start cooking till about 2:00. So it worked out good. I think for now on, I'm going to do a big chicken like that again, man. Now I got chicken left over for chicken noodle soup. Turkey is just too much. Shit's
No, you
dry.
got it. I like that you just had it on backwards.
He looks like Edith
More
Bunker.
He looks like Ryan Kidd right there, man. Got some glasses on.
I have a few different ones because, I did some late night commercials and stuff, so I'd have different characters doing different things. So I'm a one man show here.
You did for actual television? You did that?
Oh no, for my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'll have these gift boxes. I still need to do one on this, but this is cargo socks.
Sweet.
Has little
Holy
pockets in your
smokes.
socks, so you can
That's
put your keys and your money and your shrimp and all kinds of stuff.
Shrimp? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
the only
Put your
time you
money
can
or
reach
keys
him is when you're
or shrimp. Mikey Bananas will love those socks. He's gonna
See, that's why.
Yeah. reach him is when you're in the toilet.
You
That's
got the
why I
urinal,
never got
your
circumcised.
portable friendly urinal.
It's just like the shit you buy on the airplane when you're on your way somewhere.
Yeah, it's like the late night TV commercials.
It's like Sky
Are
Mall
you in a
stuff.
bind? Have trouble finding a place to take a whiz? Well, here you go. We got just a thing right here for you. It's the new urinal. It goes on your side of your hip right there. You can
We
wear it
need
on
Paul
your
up
back
here
as a
then.
backpack.
Bet you
When you
Paul
go to the
got one of
concerts
those,
right
Randy.
there, when you're napping, you got it right next to you. At the beach. Anyway, it's quite handy.
That's great.
I feel left
That's
out.
awesome.
I miss these commercials. I got to check out your channel more.
There's another one I need to do. My first fire.
It's just like Dan Aykroyd's character from SNL, and he's bag of glass. Bag of glass.
So who do you
It's
work
Johnny
for?
Switchblade over here. Yeah.
Who do you work for? KTEL?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I got these boxes at Walmart a couple of years ago. This is around Christmas time. They have these boxes with the regular boxes. You put a gift in here, and it's just I've got my wife with a couple of these before. I'll put something nice in here, and she goes to open up. And goes, "What's this?" One I got was a pocket walk, and it's like a little tiny walk that
My
plugs in.
favorite is My First Fire. That one's fucking hilarious.
Look at the back.
Everybody remembers their first fire, right?
That's great.
That little tyke is having the time of his life right there.
Oh, he's an Australian kid. Okay,
I was
that's for the
watching,
Aussie market.
I was watching a YouTube video the other day on childhood toys that just should have never happened, like the chemistry set and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing what we got as gifts and shit for Christmas as kids.
Yeah, I'm still traumatized by the old water wiggle. That thing was deadly.
What, that thing that whipped around when you put it
Yeah, you put it on it's like a plastic bucket with a
thing was
fire nozzle. It goes
wacky,
into the hose. You crank it up and just like flops around,
Yeah.
trips you, wraps around your neck, tries to strangle you, whacks you in the back of the head.
Lots of one testicle kids running around because of that fucking thing, man.
Yeah, yeah, it was
The
bad
best
news.
toy we ever got were the jarts.
Yeah,
Remember
oh, the
those?
jarts,
Yeah,
lawn
those
darts.
giant
Yeah.
lawn darts. Don't sharpen them.
Remember that stuff? This was on that documentary too, or the show. It was like, remember that shit you put on the end of the straw and you blew it up? It was like
Oh,
that
yeah.
toxic,
All that
crazy
bubble.
shit. Yeah, I mean, you get high on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
here we are blowing it up and inhaling it.
Wait a minute. What were you talking about, Randy?
That rubber shit you put on the end of the
Yeah,
straw.
you
It
make
was in the
like
tube.
balloons and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's like airplane glue or
Yeah.
something. Right?
Yeah.
Kimba
It's
said
almost
she
bad
saw
as-
the box of fire recently. Kimba, did you see his channel? Or is that, you made that? That's obviously that's made up, right? That's not a real thing.
Oh, no,
Y'all
it's-
remember that
it's-
skit in Saturday Night Live with Dan Aykroyd and Rosanna Dan? You know, he's a sleazy like salesman selling
Yeah.
these toys. He
Yeah, I
had
was
this
just talking
Johnny
about
flame up
the
the
bag
with a
of
bunch of
glass.
rags with gasoline.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Those are good days.
My
Good
first
stuff.
fire. That's. I'm gonna laugh about that for the next 2 days.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, there's been a few I've done. It's fun.
Another one was the shrinky dinks they were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Who on earth would let their kids put plastic in an oven in the house, and the toxins?
Just leave
Those are
that
great,
for
man.
45 minutes in there.
Yeah. We had those. All that good shit. They didn't have Clue back then,
That's fucking hilarious. So what'd you do, Dave? Did I ask you what you did? You do family thing, or what you have going on at home today?
Wife wasn't really feeling good today. We usually do stuff with her family, because my families are idiots. And a lot of dysfunction
Most of
there,
our families are.
Yeah, so I just do stuff with her family, but she wasn't really feeling good, so we just figured, we'll do something at home probably in about a week. She's got health issues and stuff, so
I
just
can't.
figured, when you're feeling up to it, we'll do Thanksgiving then. And I'm lately I've been the one that does the Thanksgiving dinner, so.
I can't take you seriously with that wig on, man.
Everything's a joke.
It's a tribble. Remember the tribbles
No,
from
what's more
Star Trek?
funny, the wig or the crooked headset?
I know, I bent it. It's like
My first headset. That's your next commercial.
He was around the fire too long, I think. Burn up and warped and shit.
What's the matter, Eddie? Look like you're seeing a ghost.
I'm going through Discogs looking at
Okay,
records.
we can see you right now. I'm
He's
just
buying
letting you know.
records, man. He just bought 6 while we were talking.
He's
man.
like, oh no, I just bought 6 Slift LPs by accident.
oh no.
$700. Actually, the first time I saw Slift, Eddie, was on the Levitation Sessions.
Oh, really?
Did you see that set they did online? It's on YouTube.
I'll have to catch it.
Yeah,
How
that's
about
where I
you,
saw
Dave?
him the
You
first
got
time.
buy anything new lately?
I haven't really bought anything not for a while, not for about a month or so. I've been busy buying other stuff, guitar stuff. Bought a drum set about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. Just been busy doing stuff.
What'd
You're
you
a
get?
guitar player, though, right? Predominantly?
Yeah, just thought I'd learn how to play drums and stuff. Because where I live, it's kind of remote, so I figured, I'll get do some multi-tracking, play some stuff on guitar, play some stuff on bass, and do some drumming stuff. Nothing too crazy, but
You're gonna
maybe
do
some
like
sludgy
Curly
doom
and
stuff.
Three Stooges. You're gonna have a cymbal on your head.
Yeah. Yeah, I just figured I'll multi-track some stuff and see how it comes out.
We always jammed over at my buddy's house, and
Yeah.
everybody's a guitar player, out of the
That's why I
four
started
of us
playing
and
bass.
5. Yeah, and so they said, who wants to play bass? And my buddy Brad, he said, I'll play bass,
Yeah.
They're like, Randy, you drum. I'm like, I can't fucking drum, They're just, get on there, try it, And I said, no, I'm not doing it, So this guy gets on there. He's good, man. I mean, he's a good guitar player. I mean, really good guitar player. Can play bass. You can keep the beat with drums, Nothing spectacular, but I mean, that's impressive,
But you're a guitar player anyway, aren't you, Randy? Why didn't they ask you to play guitar?
No, I did play guitar. I wouldn't play the drums because everybody wants to play guitar,
Yeah.
And then the guy that was drumming, he's like, we were finishing up, and he's like, all right, let me play guitar now. You guys get on drums. I'm like, nah, we're good. Let's just drink some beers. He's like, fuck, this happens every time. Every time I want to play guitar, you guys want to quit.
Yep. It always happens.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, Lisa. Good to see you.
Do you play any other instruments besides drums, Aaron?
I know chords on bass and guitar, but essentially the reason I bought the P bass and the Gibson was when I write stuff at home on the drums. Sometimes I get ideas for riffs and beats, and when I have those ideas, I just put a little something together on my 4-track or my DR40, and I'll just have like a rudimentary kind of just a chord thing. Just so they have an idea what I'm talking about to go with the beat that I came up with.
You should get what's that guitar effect called? A looper.
I do.
Yeah,
I have
loopers.
a looper. I've got the hot tone, or some people call them ho tone. The little mini one.
Yeah.
And it's got a repeater in it. And I've actually done like almost an entire song on just that, including vocals and stuff. Like I'd patch it through my Behringer 8-track, and
cool.
I do a couple guitar, and then you put a bass, and then you do drums, and then or not in that order, but
yeah,
and then run a vocal mic into it with some effects and do some vocal stuff on top of it too.
Nice.
But it's a good way to get those kind of ideas out of your head and over to the practice spot, so you can let people know that here's a drum beat I got, and here's the kind of riff that I had in mind.
Yep.
So very rudimentary kind of thing. So just chords and stuff, Eddie. I'm not I'm not really a player, but they're also there. So if anybody comes over and goes, hey, I play bass, I go, pick up the fucking bass and show them. Oh, I don't have my special pick. I can't play. Sorry, man.
Oh yeah.
Like, what kind of pick you got? I got 700 different picks. Oh, I got to have my strap. We got 20 straps, don't you? Oh, actually, I don't play at all. Yeah, that's exactly it, Dave. You make sure you got everybody covered, so they can't bullshit you out of what they can and can't do without their special.
I mean, I even have bass picks too. Somebody uses a pick on their bass. So.
Yeah,
sweet. I just found out. You know that band Krungbin? You guys know them, right?
They're from Houston.
Yeah, they're good. And that chick, that bass player, she's hot as hell, man.
Hell yeah.
Jeez, But anyway, I just found out on the you ever watch those rig rundowns on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
He uses flat wound. His low strings are flat wound, and he says that on a whole tour, they tour a lot, and they play a lot of shows a year. He uses about 2 sets of strings on a 1-year tour.
Wow.
And they never go out of that tone, like the round ones, they have that nice twangy when you first put them on, and then they kind of
go dead quick. Yeah.
That's why he uses the flats, because it just maintains that tone the whole time. That's pretty interesting, He's really not a jazz player, so
he must play kind of.
That band's gone pretty popular. They've
Yeah, the flat ones on a bass, they sound amazing. I mean, I have a bass, I put some flat ones on there.
Yeah, but that's usually the only, unless you're a jazz guitar player, the only time you see flat wounds are on bass,
Yeah.
But that Krungbin, I was into him big time when I first heard him, but it gets kind of repetitious after a while, it's the same.
That lounge sound.
Yeah.
What are they about? What do they sound like?
Space, psychedelic,
lounge.
Yeah, loungy. It's really melodic. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really
new
good.
Or old? What is it?
They're about
7 years old.
Yeah, 7, I'd say.
7, 8 years old.
Oh, okay.
You can check them out on it's KRUNGB Krungbin.
0.5.
Yeah, it's a Taiwanese word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your camera's like you doing that on purpose, Randy? It's getting bright and then dark and then bright.
Oh, is it? Hold on a second.
When I was looking for, I found some represses of the Seish or Seish. I think it's Seish.
Seish, I think.
Man, Randy played that on the last Hydra, and I was just blown away by that. Because it starts out as this kind of, just...
Yeah, that first track, it doesn't set the record off right. You know what I mean?
I
It's
think-
good.
I think it's really interesting because it sets you on this path, like with the heady kind of psych, like almost like a Sunshine kind of pop psych.
Yeah, and then it gets heavy, man.
And then he jumps right in with this crazy fuzz, and the fucking drummer is just incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously like a school-taught jazz drummer. He's just fucking amazing, and that
Yeah, they were
shifts in
saying,
the middle of the song just blew my mind, man. Because I thought it was just going to be like, oh yeah,
I think that's on what's that book? The write up, that those rare psychedelic shit. I got the book in there, but anyway, it's the reference book you go to find those rare deep tracks, those albums. And they were talking about that on there, that their musicianship is just phenomenal. Those guys are all great. And then that original album, they only made like 50 copies to give out to record stations, and somebody recorded it, thank God, and put it out.
I found one of those 100 copies that you have, Randy, and it literally was going for $100, which I thought actually was a little bit low considering how scarce it is. Are you sure it was 100 pressed? Because
No, the original. That one I've got both copies. I got the regular and then the limited pressing one of like the exact artwork and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that one's only, I think there was 100 of those made, or 50 of them. I can't remember. But the original first album, there was only 50. It's really scarce. I mean, that thing's worth like $2,000 or $3,000.
Oh, is it? Okay. So
I don't have.
So
that.
you're saying there were 3 variants of that album?
Well, the reissue they came out with, there were 2 variants of the reissue, and then the original. Yeah, so there's 3, but it's. Let me see what it says.
I thought he showed 2. I didn't know there was a third one, but I did find one of them was one of the ones he showed, and it was like $100. So I don't know if maybe it was starting at $100 or. Know what I mean, Eddie?
Yeah, there's a numbered reissue that came out in 2019, and then there's a reissue. So there's two versions that came out in 2019, a numbered and a non-numbered.
Yeah, this is called this one was called the demo press. This is like the original artwork of the album.
Yeah.
But that's still a repress of the original.
And then this is they're both repress.
And that's the third variant.
But I think these came out at the same time, didn't they?
They came out the same year, 2019. Yeah. Just one is numbered and one is non-numbered.
Yeah.
Right. So
the one with the original artwork is numbered.
With the name on it, I think that's the one I saw for $100.
Yeah, right here. Originally released in 1981 in an edition of 50 copies.
Okay. So even that one is going for over $100.
Yeah, and this one's 100. And then this
100
one,
press.
This one's limited too, but I don't know how many.
And that one I found for
the other one.
like
you can get to see the other one for $20.
Yeah.
What, the one he just showed with
this one?
with the band on it?
That one, yeah. You can get that on Discogs for like $20.
Yeah, it's
with shipping or not with shipping?
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping, which is probably be up closer.
It's
to
worth
30
it.
Then, right?
25.
25, 6, 7, something like that. That's what I found it for as well. It's in the mid-high 20s.
Yeah, I looked for it in Austin. I couldn't find it.
I want that.
Yeah, I got it when it first came out. I bought that pink version, and then I said, "Man, this is good. I got to get that limited edition one." I'm a idiot like that, but.
Welcome back, Boingo. Dave, you got anything on what's on your want list, Dave? What do you got on your list that you really, really want? Even if you don't have a list, like what's in the back of your mind that you're just dying to find?
Nothing's really coming to mind. I know there's a lot. Every time I'm out, I see something, and it's just like, okay, I'll pick it up and stuff. And there's a place that I shop. It has a lot of rare stuff, and they usually hook me up pretty well and stuff. But this was pretty cool. I found this. I don't know if I shared this to you guys. I think I shared it with somebody else. But I found this. Band's called Organized Crime. And I go, I know that. I went to school with these guys. And they put this out right after they graduated.
Really?
Yeah, and I contacted the guy on Facebook. I go, hey, I found one of your old 7-inches. He's like, no way. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's on red vinyl.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
Yeah,
4 songs. It's
I
like,
like the clear color, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
and then it even comes with like the bio sheet and stuff.
The bio sheet. Did they write down where they graduated from?
And it just breaks down the band, tells where everybody's from, what they play, and everything. Big old long line. How to book them for your next backyard party and all that good stuff.
How many people actually read all? Because some of these albums have a lot of liner notes. Has anybody actually read? There are so many in here that I get through like a paragraph. I'm like, I don't really
I
care
just
where you were
read it.
born.
I don't have time.
I just usually go to who they give thanks to because sometimes they'll mention other bands on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's how you should discover other bands.
yeah.
Actually, I am looking for some more Electric Frankenstein. I started listening to these guys recently. I like them.
What is
Oh,
that?
that's a
What kind
cool
of music is
cover.
that?
Electric Frankenstein.
I've heard of them, just not familiar with the music. Is it garage?
It's garage, yeah.
Okay.
And this was a split 7. The other side is Le Shock.
Le Shock. Cool.
The name of the song is "Booze is the Best Part."
Is that a French band? Should I go out on a limb and say they're French?
I think they are.
With the Leo in the beginning?
Yeah. Le
Darren
Shock.
says he reads all the liner notes. I could spend the next year and a half just reading all the liner notes that I don't read. Some of them, there's like 6 or 7 pages inside, to read.
Like a billion of them.
There's like a billion liner notes in there, man.
I am looking forward to the new Mammoth that's coming out too. That's kind of more mainstream.
Now, see, you got to
Wolfgang Van
be
Halen.
clear on Mammoth because there's like 5 different Mammoths out.
Yeah.
Acid
Yeah.
Mammoth. Or
Wolfgang Van Halen.
Okay.
Is he
This is
playing
a-
guitar on that or bass?
Oh, this one he plays every instrument on this. This came out a couple of years ago, and I pre-ordered it so I could get it on the opaque orange vinyl.
Oh, nice.
So
Oh, cool.
it's a double album. Sounds really good. He's working on putting out another one, maybe Christmas or maybe early next year. So
I know he started off on bass, but I heard him play guitar, or I saw him play guitar on that streamed Foo Fighter tribute.
yeah, he's really good. He plays all the instruments on this: drums, guitar, vocals, everything.
Wow.
He's really good. People don't like it because they're it's supposed to sound like classic Van Halen because you played bass in the band for how many years? But he's like, no, I'm doing my own thing because that's what his dad would have wanted. So
Yep.
What's up,
it's kind
Eric?
of more like Foo Fighters ish kind of.
Good to
in that
see you,
vein.
brother. Yeah, you need to, with your track record, Eric, you better pay attention to the road, buddy. just putting that out there, my man. Don't worry about us. We'll still be here, man. You drive safe. He says he's on the, he's driving home. Please don't let me be responsible for anything that happens. Disclaimer: do not drive and text while you're watching this stream. Please.
There you go.
Yep.
How about you, Aaron? Have you picked up anything new, or is there anything that you're wanting to pick up? Anything that's
I don't really have a list per se, but it's one of those situations where if you find it, you're like, oh, this is obviously something I want. And having said that, I am going to my first record convention on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's over in Pennsylvania, and my man Sean Spence from Phillytown, he's actually going to come pick me up because there's a ton of like traffic in between my house and like going through Philadelphia, like down 95. There's just always a ton of traffic, and I'd prefer to not sit in traffic because I'm one of those angry kind of traffic guys. I'm going to start yelling like Rocky and calling people bad names and stuff. And so Sean's like, all right, pussy, I'll just come pick you. I was like, hey, come pick me up then. I'll be fine. But
makes the trip more interesting that way.
Yeah,
Works.
yeah, and I could just sit back and you can sit in traffic and I'll just throw
It
you
works every time, man.
some gas. That's what I tell everybody, right, Randy? It's like, sucker.
Well,
I'm
take
always
that.
when I start driving.
Yeah, so I'm going to my first record convention on Saturday, and I'm looking forward
Never
to
been to one ever?
I've never been to one
Oh,
because
you're gonna
honestly,
love it, man.
number one, I've never had. I know if I went to some of these places, it would be mostly fuck. I wish I could afford that.
Well,
now
take-
it's a little bit different because I could pull out some money.
Whatever you plan on taking, take a couple hundred more, man, because it's just for that reason. You see stuff there that you don't see normally, and
Yeah.
You can get it.
Let me tell you, if you see it and you really want it, don't think twice about it, because if you go, make a round and go check out other vendors, you come back, it's going to be gone.
It's gonna be gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of that kind of spur of the moment.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
it's gotta be
Kimba,
really,
I think
really
I could. I think I could convince Kimba to come pick me up for a date. Honestly, she says she prefers it when men pick her up too,
absolutely.
and I think I could convince Kimba to come pick me up for pizza.
I like riding shotgun with women. Let them drive and shit.
That's right. I just sit here. You do all the work. It's no different in the bedroom. Can I just lay here and you take care of everything for me?
Knock yourself out, honey.
That's right. Wake me up when you're done.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
So
you'll
I'm
have
looking
fun,
forward
man.
to it, man.
You'll find some cool stuff if it's a good size, and it's a good show of vendors. You'll find stuff for sure.
And even on the not so big grails you're looking for, you'll find a ton of the stuff that you always wanted, but you don't see it like at your normal stores.
Mhm.
Or something
Cheap,
you may want to upgrade.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Just don't take a list. Lists
shit.
don't work when you go to those things.
No, it's a waste of time.
Yeah, it's a waste of time, and you're gonna miss an opportunity of picking up something else because you're so focused on your damn list.
Yeah.
Just go and dig, and just pick up the vibe from the sellers. If you see that they have a lot of rock, those are the guys that you go to, or a good selection of metal. Okay, this is where I want to, look at my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it, man. I can't wait.
Yeah, they're fun, man. I go to the one in Austin, and San Antonio has one also, but the one in Austin's pretty huge.
Yeah,
that one's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, this is at some kind of convention center type of place. So
Yeah.
Sean tells me it's a pretty giant place. So that's
cool.
Oh, wow.
I'm hoping because of the size, maybe that's going to dictate some quality at some point. He tells me it's inevitable. You're going to find people trying to sell dollar shit or stuff you're not interested
Size
in.
doesn't always mean quality.
I hope not. Well,
So they say.
that's
Yeah. Well, it's the ones that I go to is the Ann Arbor, and then it's pretty much the one in Detroit, and then the one in what is it, Toledo, Ohio. They're pretty much the same sellers, but they're always different. I mean, there's different sellers, but yeah. I mean, I picked up some really cool stuff, especially the one in Ann Arbor. He has a the guy back in the corner. He has all the rock and the psychedelic stuff, and he's got good albums, and he doesn't charge like a arm and a leg for the stuff, and he does a garage sale once a year out of his garage, so you give him your name and number, he calls you up, tells you when he's having it, and
that's cool
stuff. Yeah. But he always says, he goes, man, next time I'll bring, because I was buying all the psychedelic stuff there for years. And then I go back and he's got all this jazz stuff, because he says right now, man, the jazz is selling like crazy. He goes, next time I'll remember to bring some stuff. It's kind of bummed out, because out of all the sellers, he was my favorite. And he's got all jazz stuff,
Oh, yeah.
So,
but there's that one in PA, and then there's actually one kind of local to me in Jersey. It's not only about maybe 8 miles away, so that's kind of at like a it's like a hotel. I think they're renting out like a hall or something in the hotel.
Yeah, they usually rent out like the ballroom or something.
To any of those kind of record shows, like
that's the one I go to. It's at Weber's Inn. Pretty nice hotel here, and you go in and go down the basement, and it's in one of the, I don't know, convention rooms or whatever they call it. Yeah. That's also the same place they had the one time I went, there was this guy, and there was all the sellers that were there just swarming this guy, and I was talking to that psychedelic seller, and he goes, look at this joke over here, man. Look at these guys are like vultures. Anyway, once they cleared out, I went over there, and this guy had all this punk stuff, a lot of 45s, and after all that, they left and everything, and the guy had the original Blitzkrieg Bop UK.
Wow.
That thing's like $600, and I picked that up in mint shape. I mean, this thing is flawless. $45 from them.
Jesus.
But that was before it was $600. But
Yeah.
it wasn't that long ago. It was probably 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Well, before COVID, probably longer than that.
Yeah, the seasoned record dealers, that's what they do. They look for the new guys that's set up and they just go check him out, see what he's got, because it's his first time there. No one knows who he is. He may not know what he actually has, what it's worth, and they'll lead him up alive, man.
Yeah, I would hate that to be that kind of seller because you can't keep an eye on your stuff, man. They're just in there and pulling stuff, you know. But,
yeah, Dobbsy put a comment down. He says he finds better records at the record stores in his experience. And that's kind of some of the concern I have is, like, there's a considerable amount of time invested in going to see the show up in PA because it's probably close to an hour, 15 hour, 20 minutes one way. And a little part of me is like, am I just going to be wasting my time? And I hope I don't.
If you like good records, you won't. It'll be worth the time, and you'll find something.
That's what I was going to say about Fred's comment. It depends on what you're looking for because you're going to find a lot of cool stuff at the record shows that you'll never see at a record store. You know, especially nowadays. You know.
Yeah.
So it could go both ways. Depends on what you're.
And also depends where you're at, what part of the country you're at.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think PA is it's a pretty decent area. You know, a lot of converging kind of states right around that area. So I'd like to think there'd be people coming from Maryland, Delaware, Jersey, different parts of PA, upstate or whatever. And I'm hoping that's going to be what, you know, sets it kind of apart, you know, because Jersey, we're kind of landlocked. So I don't know exactly even what the one in Jersey is going to be like, you know, because you literally have to come from another state unless all these people came from different parts of Jersey. Now, there are some good record stores in Jersey, but in my experience, like, all the killer shit I found over the past year, it was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Like, Philly has got some of the greatest fucking record shops ever. Like, a lot of the stuff that I spun over the past few months is stuff that I scored out of Philadelphia, and it's stuff that you would never, ever find in Jersey. And a lot of that stuff was so underpriced because a lot of these store shop people, these, you know, record shop dudes just didn't know what they had. So like those type of anomalies where, you know, I don't know what this is worth, or maybe it's been in the bin for so many fucking years and nobody's bought it that the price remains super low and now it's going for 3 times that, but it's still only $30. And, you know, I hope I get those kind of moments when I'm at the show where I'm flipping through and I go, oh my, you try to contain yourself. You go, this is okay, I guess. Oh, yeah.
But
you just made a weird noise. No, it's my heart.
Did you just wet your pants?
Look, you got a little pee on your pants, buddy. No, I'm incontinent.
Did you see the video with Do you see the video with the guy, the postal carrier in Phoenix, Arizona at Groove Records?
That's crazy, man.
You know, it happened to that guy Mike from the In-Groove. He's the one who sent that video to the postmaster.
Oh, okay.
It happened outside his store.
I wasn't sure if that was the same store or not. Okay.
It's the In-Groove. He said, I was watching it. He goes, I just didn't want to go outside because it wasn't going to be pretty if I did. So he recorded it. His camera caught it, and he sent it to the postmaster.
There's like
records.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, those record stores, they get a box of like 10 or 20 of them. They're good sized boxes. This guy was just taking them over his head, throwing them in the back of the truck, you know, and you wonder how these corners get all smashed in. And
he was throwing them from, like it said, 10 to 12 feet away, just chucking them. Had like 3 big carts full of all these records.
Wow.
All right. Thousands of dollars. Just like.
Did you guys see Vinyl Richie's newest video?
See,
so he did his best album of 2022, and it was let me grab it here. He showed this one.
We call that old man noises when you get up, you're like, oh.
This is the new Stools and Towheads split. And this was the record he showed, and he showed it, and the cover was creased right down the middle, right?
Oh no!
And then he showed the insert, the insert was creased down the middle. I'm like, oh man, this isn't going to be good.
You
You
wonder
know?
what the
Then he
record
brings
looks
out
like.
the record. It's in 2 pieces. He goes, "This is by far the best record of 2022," but he thinks it got caught up in a machine at the postal office. But I was like, I don't know, man. It depends on the mood those guys are in. They're like pissed off they got to work. They probably just broke it over.
I can totally see that happening, man.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I had a buddy who worked for UPS. He goes, "Nah, man, we would get packages, stamped with fragile, handled with care." He goes, "We're in such a hurry. We're like, fuck it, man. We're trying to make our route and get the hell out of there."
Yeah, that sticker's not, especially on
And he
economy
says,
mail
what causes postal workers to lose it that way, because especially in UPS, is that you've got your route, and then as you're getting done, they'll call you from the center. "Hey, I'm going to send a truck with another 40 packages. Wait for them at such at X place." He goes, "Yeah, I just finished my fucking route, and I have to go do someone else because someone else didn't show up, or someone else was running behind, so we have to pick up the slack." He goes, "By that time, you're already irritated, man."
Yeah. There's one little trick that I learned years ago. Our UPS guy that we have in the summertime, I always give him a cold bottle of water every single day, or a cold soda.
Nice.
In the wintertime, hey, you want to come in and get a cup of coffee or something? Right. Treat your UPS guy good. He'll take care of your stuff like it's his own.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand job on the way out. Whatever it takes.
My mailman, man. I've got a good relationship with my mailman. He'll text me every day when I have packages. He's like, "Hey, partner, I've got a package for you." So when I get out for lunch, "Where are you at?" "Oh, such and such." I'll go intercept them and pick up my package.
Yeah. Mine used to be like that.
I'm going to give them a gift card, like a $25 gift card. "Here, man, get some sodas or whatever you need when you're
there." That's what I do for Christmas. I give them a $50 gift card,
Yep.
Wow.
But lately, we've had new mailmen like every other day,
That can get expensive.
Yeah, and there's, some of them are nice. They'll put the record right up against the house, underneath the porch thing. Some of them just throw it on the sidewalk out in the weather, which pisses me off.
Yeah, that used to happen. And don't ever put don't ever stamp fragile on anything you're sending out anywhere. Right. It's just like, oh, now we'll definitely run it over with our truck on the way out.
Challenge accepted.
I got a sign out front of my house that says, because the front of the house isn't covered, but I've got a side porch. Mm-hmm. And I literally have a sign on the front door that says, put the packages on the side, on the porch.
Right.
And we've got a couple that we know that deliver, but there are more people that we don't know that deliver, and you'll still find shit out there like that. Just pretend like they don't see it, which is a bummer because you never know which one is going to be. I got a record showing up today, and it's supposed to rain. Yeah. Or it's 100 degrees and it's fucking sun beating down on the midday kind of sun. You're always worried about
my biggest beef is like I'll sell records like on Discogs and stuff, and I'll put them out there, and then I'll have a new record, but they pile it right up against the one I wanted picked up, so then I had to make a big note, please pick up record with an arrow, so. But
no, that's cool. We don't I don't give any gift cards to anybody. I just say thank you and hope that's enough. I'm not giving anybody no fucking hand jobs for delivering my record,
Yeah.
But they're normally it's mostly the USPS people that are fucked up. Like the UPS guys are cool, and the Amazon people are usually cool. Because they got to take pictures of what they delivered, and if and but sometimes you've got that like on Amazon Prime, you can tell them where you want to bring it to the garage or put it on a porch, and I've had porch clicked for I don't know how many years, but 9 times out of 10 it still shows up on the front step. I don't understand why they don't give a shit.
You ever watch those YouTube videos of the Amazon? So they busted this chick. They got her on the what do they call it, Ring doorbell or whatever. Mm-hmm. She takes a picture, and as soon as she takes the picture, she picks the package back up and she takes it. And they busted her on her job, and this chick was just screaming, crying for mercy, but it's like, kiss my ass,
Good. Eric made it home. He's all right, everybody.
My
He's
favorite
all right.
video. My favorite video is where the porch pirate, she tries to steal some boxes and then she trips and breaks her ankle in the
Yeah,
yard.
we were just watching that one yesterday.
I like the exploding. They put that as exploding boxes on this
Oh
step.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They go
Booby
over-
traps.
Well, there's
Dave,
one guy
that
who
one
loaded
you
with,
were-
like 12 gauge shells or something.
Oh my God! It was
Yeah.
no. This was like confetti. It was like ball
That
bearings.
one you were
and
talking
shit,
about,
you know?
Dave, is she twisted her ankle. The guy comes back, picks her up, takes her all the way to the car, and then he comes back and got the packages too.
Yeah.
He's figured he's in that deep now. I'm taking a loss.
That's great. Yeah,
You think you just can't get away with that kind of shit? I mean, I've got fucking 5 cameras on my front, all around my house and like the front door, and I've even got one of those ones when you walk close. It's like, "Hi, you're being recorded right now."
Yeah.
It's like a voice that tells you, "Hey, fuckface, don't try anything stupid."
right?
But they inevitably they still do. They can
still
get
do.
around it for some reason.
Do you have
I'm
those
trying
that
to
you
steal the
can watch
camera.
from your phone, Aaron?
Yeah, I've got the Ring camera, and I've got Arlo. I got a bunch of Arlo cameras around, and so I can be anywhere. I'm all the way down to shore working, and I can look all around the yard, and I can listen, and I can even talk through the Arlo.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Sometimes I fuck with the long guys. I'm like, "Hey," they're all like, "What the?
Hey,
You
missed
missed
by-
a leaf."
Aaron, you've got a barn in your place?
No, it's not a barn. No, it's a massive garage with.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I saw a video of you painting some cabinets or something.
Yeah, that's my massive garage. Yeah, it's just a huge garage. Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm above the garage. That's where I'm at.
Nice.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, my ceiling. So above where you saw me painting all that stuff. I live above there, but my ceilings in here. I got 16-foot ceilings above here. So this is
Damn. Okay.
yeah. It's a massive fucking place. Yeah, and it's got a mansard roof, so it's kind of got that barn type of roof. You know.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, that was my company came out and they took video of me painting they put it on their website.
Nice.
So they came out and took some video and then, did a bunch of editing and stuff like that and put it on the website.
What's up, Eric?
Hello, Eric.
Oh,
King Kong,
Hey, Eric.
you got
So-
your arms crossed as usual.
well, dude, I haven't been waiting in the back room forever and a day.
Hold on, I can take care of that. Hold on.
Well, dude, I don't know what's going on. So, man, I have to take a screenshot of this and send it to you, Aaron.
What happened?
So StreamYard's cooperative. The only issue I ever have with my fucking phone is StreamYard.
Okay.
And so it let me in, which is nice. But 2/3 the screen is a giant white panel. This has never happened. And then everyone's shrunk down to the four squares or whatever are this big. So, Aaron, I'm not even joking when I say you are about
Oh my God.
Wow.
So this is brand new.
Lay off the porn, man. You probably got a.
Got
Well, dude,
television.
let me tell you something, dude. I almost died and my chick left me on Christmas. I've been jerking aggressively for a year now, dude. Yeah. I went from once a week to once every 10 days to daily. Daily. Sometimes you just got to release the demons, man. What can I
That's
tell you,
right.
dude? But let me see if
That's
I
a
can.
grudge beating, yeah.
Oh,
Let me see if I could trick the phone, and it worked.
There you
Oh, it
go.
worked.
All right, cool beans, man.
Now we're this big.
Yeah. How was everyone's Thanksgiving, man?
Good. How about
Excellent.
yours?
Excellent. Had a great day.
Yeah, I
man.
can't
How about
complain
you?
too much, man. My mom's out in Wisconsin visiting family, so I'm super happy for her. So my sister and I had Thanksgiving with one of my dearest best friends and his family. So it was really cool.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
Cool.
hey, Randy, I never push like, hey, watch my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. But I made a video today. Have you ever been to?
I started watching yours just before Pilmer's.
Have you ever been to Greenlight Music in Kalamazoo?
No, I haven't been in any stores on the west side.
Okay, so how far away are you from Kalamazoo?
2 hours.
Okay, so we'll work it out. It's just a matter of time. I guess 30 minutes east of Kalamazoo is where one of my best friends lives in the world. So I don't know if it's this year or another year from now. Well, not this year, but like 2023 or whatever. But it's just a matter of time before I'm in that area of Michigan again. So
Whereabouts?
I'll give you a heads up. Maybe we can meet halfway in the middle or something,
Yeah.
go to a store. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Where's your buddy live? East of Kalamazoo? That's That's got to be pretty cool.
You know where Locust is? I think
Locust? No.
not Locust. You know where Pawpaw is?
Oh yeah.
So the town right next to Pawpaw. I think it starts with a L. I can't even recall. Logan or
yeah, that's Pawpaw is the halfway mark to Chicago, so it's about an hour and a half. My wife's best friend, her husband's family has a cottage on Pawpaw Lake. That's a cool lake. Have you been there?
Yeah. No, I've not. It was he moved there like a year and a half ago. He's been married for a couple years. His lady got pregnant, and which is cool. They're just letting it happen natural. So everything's been in transition. So
Cool.
I went there for a long weekend, and she was already pretty pregnant. The baby hadn't come yet. So I literally spent a couple days like cooking and making meal plans. So when the baby comes, all they have to do is be parents. So I literally, I made meatballs and homemade pasta sauce and, man, I can't even recall. I made multiple meal plans and then prepped it all for him. I made homemade chicken stock and portioned it out so he could go straight to daddy mode.
Cool.
So yeah, best to them though, man. Pretty freaking awesome. Actually, if anyone cares, I even posted a photo with him with a baby in the video. I snuck that in there.
I did see that today.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. Yeah.
Boy, I need to go listen to Eric, man. I need some meal. What you call them?
Meal preps
on wheels.
Yeah, meal preps. Yeah, right now in the fridge, I got pineapple, bok choy, snap pea, and mushroom pork stir fries with like a jasmine rice, and then I have chicken thigh curry with carrots and couscous.
Carrots.
So I'm probably going to take a week off after Thanksgiving so I don't get discouraged with the scale, but not next week, but the week after I'm going to step in, so the last time I weighed in, I was down 0.4. And so my next goal is just to not gain anything over 2 weeks. And I feel like if I do that with Thanksgiving, I did all right.
You said I'm not 0.4.
Yeah. I'm not a big guy at all, but I went into the doctor's Thursday. I had to get my hip looked at, and I tipped on the scale at 196, which is about 8-9 pounds heavier than I did a month and a half ago when I went. So,
it's nuts. Someone left a comment because I'm down 27 pounds for the year, just like right around it. I have it written down next to the scale. I can't quite recall, but I'm like right at 27. I was trying to hit 30 for the year. But it's nuts. Someone left a comment on a video from like 4 months ago, and so I clicked on it just to respond to his video, and I saw it. I was like, holy shit! Not that I've just shedded weight or anything, but I was like, you can see a difference in my face from 4 months ago.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, but sometimes you don't notice when you're looking in the mirror every day.
No, you or anybody you're with doesn't notice it. But
yeah. So, same thing happened to me. I went to the doctor recently, and the first thing they do is weigh you.
Yeah.
And I saw 211, and I was like, motherfucker. I'm 200 all day long. You know what I mean? I should not have this kind of weight. And
so your 10-pound range is 195 to 205.
I should be perfect for my age now. I should be 200, 196, something like that.
I tipped 199 once. I've never went over 200, but my doc. I weighed in. This is before COVID. I weighed in at 189, and on my report for my size, he said I was obese. Is that crazy or what?
Well, dude,
I felt.
Dude, right now, technically, I'm super morbidly obese by the charts. Is how I'm described.
Added a super on there.
I'm super morbidly obese by the charts.
Yeah.
So
which is crazy because everybody's different too, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're
well, it's also it's weird though, dude. Since the accident, this is the first time in my life I ever felt like a fat fuck. I've always been a big dude. I've always carried a belly and been a chef or whatever, but I've never just felt like a fat lazy guy. You know what I mean? But you get laid up and lose your ability to walk for a while, you're gonna get a little soft.
It kind of does it. Yeah. I don't do it. Man.
Eric, you ever watch? What's that called? Cooking with the Blues. You ever watch that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. We talked about this in the past, and I looked it up then, but I didn't. I scratched the surface, but didn't dive in. We talked about this a while ago. I guess I need to do more.
He's a good chef, and then
Yeah.
he owns I think he's in Connecticut, but he owns like a nightclub that he brings in some heavy hitting blues guys too, but he'll take you through his dishes. But he's fun to watch, man. He's a big dude, Italian dude, you know. But
I'm gonna take
every time I watch it,
yeah.
it just makes me hungry, man. Every time I watch his YouTube.
Two quick things. One, I made a gin and tonic for myself. So cheers to everyone out there. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And the other thing is, Dave, I don't think I know you. I don't believe I've met you before, have I?
No, I haven't been on here. This is my first time here, but I've been
you don't
kind
know
of in the
Dave,
community. So
Yeah, Dave's around. He's on a lot of
What's your name in the peanut gallery, Dave?
I am Hop Frog.
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Right on, dude.
Matching the face with the name.
Yeah.
It's probably the
it's
wig.
tough, too, 'cause
The wig
some
threw
names
you
like
off.
yeah, some people have weird names like such and such, whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it never sticks out. But if your name is like I am Hop Frog, you're like, okay, you're Frog. Like it's nothing personal. Like I'll try to remember your name's Dave, but like, you're Frog. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's just the way it sticks out.
That's the funny thing. It's kind of, since I've been doing like these streams and stuff, it's almost embarrassing how many people I know by their first name now.
Yeah. But like Randy, you're not going to
get.
get upset. You're not going to get upset if someone calls you Dead Wax.
No.
And so,
Yeah, everybody.
I mean, I like complete creativity. I mean, my name's Eric Weinbender. Well, dude, 10, 15 years ago, I got a tablet, right? I still had a flip phone because I was in the kitchen and phones take a beating. So I was like, well, I still want technology and blah, 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 yada, yada. So I got a tablet. And at that time, they were trying to do the whole Google Plus, trying to turn Google into social media. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, so it signed me up for Google, and then, right on. And then at that time, I don't even think I had the Mustang. So I just chose that cliche girl standing next to a screaming yellow Mach 1. And then I had no intention of ever doing YouTube. It wasn't even on my mind. So I just chose Eric Weinbender. And eventually Steve Carlson convinced me I need to start making videos. And I guess I was just Eric Weinbender. There's so many crafty fucking names. The best name ever, if I could steal someone's name, would be another fat bearded guy, Talking Records or whatever. What's that guy?
Yeah,
that's fucking such a because I'm that dude, just another fat bearded guy talking records. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave, where are you from?
I'm from California. Originally from Anchorage,
right.
Alaska, but I'm from California.
I totally knew that.
Anchorage. No kidding.
Anchorage, yep. Dad went up there during Vietnam.
Wow.
Okay.
Bakersfield.
Now let me ask you a question. When people tell you when you tell people you're from Alaska, what's the most cliche question or statement they say over and over again?
Do you know Sarah Palin?
Exactly.
They never said that. I don't remember it because they moved to California when I was 3 months old, so I don't really remember it too well.
Can you see Russia from your backyard?
I can see Russia from my house. But yeah. Before I was Hop Frog, I had another channel where I was Wombat, and then just changed communities and changed identities and stuff. So
I went to Anchorage one time, just a layover, like a 2-hour layover.
You were there for 2 hours.
Yeah. When I went to Korea. Yeah.
So how'd you like Anchorage?
It was from the air. I mean, it was weird because it wasn't as green as I thought. That was in July, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was 1988, though.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
88.
How old was Eric in 1988?
I was born in 83. I turned 40 in April.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I get to join this old man club with Aaron. I know he's excited. He's like, I'm going to take you down a peg. You're going to be an old bastard like me. I can't wait.
That's it. Old man noise is coming up.
I tell you, live up your 40s, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
40s.
You
is
ever
a
hear
good
like an old
time.
man drop his keys? Like, as like bend over. You're like,
Randy
damn,
just
dude, what
did. He was
happened? You're
grabbing.
like,
Randy was grabbing a record. He's like, hold on. He's like, ugh.
I think it was about, I would say about 52 or 53 is when I started
when you were born?
hurting, when I was starting to hurt really bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying you were born in 52, 53. I'm sorry.
1852.
66 for me.
Hey, Randy, I know this. I'll be brief because I know this isn't sports talk aspect of YouTube, but I'm super cheering for Michigan over Ohio State this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because
Yeah.
the only bad thing for
yeah.
U of M is at Ohio State, but it's gonna be a good game.
If you guys win, it's because your defense performed and your running back is healthy.
Right. Hopefully
so we'll see.
But doesn't Ohio State, isn't their running back hurt?
They have so much talent at wide receiver and quarterback. Does it matter?
Yeah,
so we'll see. It's Ohio State, but anyways, man.
They'll be done in a second,
tonight,
Eddie.
Aaron?
Hold on, buddy.
Huh.
Hold on, Eddie. They're almost done.
No, I'm just reading
I
something.
feel the same. I feel the same way. I'm like,
Eddie,
I got a text from a friend from reading that.
What'd you play tonight, Aaron?
played this.
MSG.
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 Assault attack with Graham Bonnet.
Such a great preservative.
What?
Such a great preservative. That's what they use in Chinese food.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. This is a good kind of MSG, though.
Yeah.
What was it?
That was good for you.
Was that Saturday Night Live?
That was
They had that guy goes to the Chinese restaurant and he says, he asked them, he says, do you have MSGs in your food? You like MSG? No MSG.
You know, I thought about that when you mentioned it, though. I mean, this is old. You remember John Belushi as a samurai sandwich maker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cuts it with the fucking.
And then the person doesn't like the sandwich, so he starts going through the samurai suicide ritual. And the person's like, no, I want the sandwich. It's not too much mustard. It's good. He's like, okay. It's so
We
good,
have
dude.
a restaurant. We have a Demo's.
Greek.
They have donuts and breakfast sandwiches, and then they make like lunch sandwiches and stuff. But they close at like 5 or so. But anyway, that's exactly how that place is, man. If you're not ready and you go in there, you're going to be embarrassed by this cook. I don't want to call him a chef there because he's a sandwich maker, but this guy is like, come on, what do you want? I ain't got all day. Next,
Dude, I can't remember the name of this.
Yeah.
There's this sub shop downtown here that died because of COVID, but it's kind of on the edge of downtown, an area that hadn't built up yet, which is why he could afford the rent. But he sliced all the meats to order. He only had like 8-10 subs on the menu, and he didn't really, he didn't want you to change the menu too much. But all his stuff on the wall was like ECW wrestling and white trash car racing, and just like this guy was straight out of Jersey, had a mullet, just a huge personality, crazy guy. But if you didn't know how to stand in line and you didn't place your orders efficiently, like he wasn't having it. He'd rip you a new asshole, man. And some people would be like, I can't believe. And every other people would be like, you damn right, dude. I got a 30-minute lunch break. I work downtown. Get fucking moving. Like I'm trying to get a sandwich. Like, yeah.
Have you guys ever been to Bevics?
No, I'm aware of it though.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
I made the mistake because I didn't have silverware. I got my meal. I got no silverware. And I asked for it, and the lady whipped it from halfway across the room at our table.
That's the same way it is in Philadelphia. You go to Pat's Steaks or Geno's. Geno's is a little more friendly, but if you go to Pat's, if you're standing there for any more than 3 seconds, and you don't tell them exactly what it is you want, it's like, hey, you want a fucking sandwich or not? There's like 70 people behind. It's this Chinese place right around the corner from me. What?
Dude, I don't understand what people are doing when they wait in line
that's what he says.
For 20, 30 minutes and you didn't figure it out.
You should know what you want before you go in.
When I went to the King Gizzard show, I was in the merch line. You know what I mean? They got a stack of like 4 different records to choose from. They got 8 different T-shirts. They got like a handbag, duffel bag type thing. What didn't you figure out? They have a giant display wall, and then people get up there and they're like, I don't like. What are you fucking doing? Yeah. Like we've been staring at the same shit for 35 minutes, man.
Yeah,
And this one
I
lady
get
was just
that.
like hustling and banging customers out one after another. And it was crazy because I bought a record and it was like this limited to 3,000 like denim outer sleeve embroidered custom record. It was really fucking dope. It was like 50, $55 for like a concert only, like limited record. I was like, this is a cool keepsake. Like, I like this band. I'm like, dope. I don't mind the price. But when the lady was ringing me up, like, it was crazy because you swipe your card and it pops up if you want to leave a tip. And I'm like, leave a tip for buying a single record at a concert? What's this world coming to? But I asked her a question when I swiped. I was like, let me ask you a question. If I leave a tip, do you get the tip or do all your coworkers split it? She's like, no, this is mine. Like, we all have our own register. I'm the only one who get the tip. And I was like, 25%, you know, in a heart, because she was fucking kicking ass.
25%.
So I gave her 25%. I'm just like, dude.
The hand job?
Oh, yeah. Dude, you're damn right, dude. Because I want my mail delivered right. You know what I mean? I'm jerking off anybody that touches my records. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I mentioned I'm not be about that close, but you know.
Speaking of record toes, a buddy of mine got me this at the Merciful Fate. It's a
dope, dude.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
he gave King Diamond a reach around for that.
Yep, absolutely.
Dude, you deliver my records and you don't damage them, jerking off. If you come to my house and you play a record and drop a needle gently, I'm jerking you off. If you come over and you like clean a record instinctually without me asking you, I'm fucking jerking you off. You know what I mean? That's just how you like.
I don't know if I'm looking more or less forward to meeting you, Eric.
Dude, against your
Before
will,
or after your prep meals.
Dude, it's like, against your will over the genes. You don't even have a choice about it, dude. You're just like,
You're getting jerked off.
yeah.
Here, have some chili.
Yeah.
That's chilly, yeah.
No wonder you get so many phone calls late after the bar.
Yeah. Fucking A, man. Is anyone doing Black Friday or Cyber Monday for gear or whatever?
Nah.
I saw that.
At Kumaguru ultrasonic cleaner, so that's my Christmas stuff.
I saw it right now. Crutchfield has the JBL 50s that are $300 off, and the JBL 100s are $440 off.
Wow.
You know, like right now, I'm about to start a new job. If I was a little bit more comfortable and I knew the job was gonna work, like I'm confident with this job, but I still want to be like locked up and definitive. Yeah, I got a job. I have to like.
Badass.
I was like wait for a piss test, but I think the first day is going to be December 1st, the start of a new pay period. Because every month you have like 2 paychecks, and then the second paycheck has commission. So it's really hard to get hired on and not start at the very first of a month.
What
so I got the job like a week or so ago, but I won't start till December 1st.
What are you gonna do?
It's in sales with the company. It's in sales and distribution for a company that does outdoor shingles and outdoor paintable products and roofing and shingles and windows and etc.
Okay.
You know, so yeah.
Cool.
So my friend's worked for him for 15 years and he got me in. So hopefully I take to it like a fish to water, and you know, it's
good, man. You got a good personality.
It's 7 to 4 Monday through Friday. So I like as a chef, I've worked terrible hours for my entire adult life.
Yeah, that's tough.
So it's gonna be the first time. Even though prior to the car accident, I had good money. I had insurance and paid vacation and a financial advisor and a 401k. Like I did an adult job. I just had terrible fucking hours. So this is gonna be the first time ever in my life that I have like grown up adult hours. I mean, because I'm not trying to say like dismiss being a chef, but
what's up, Bobby?
Hours as a chef.
Best piece of advice I could give you, Eric, is find the highest guy on the ladder and jerk him off.
Dude, that's why I'm bringing my records to work day one. So I have a built-in excuse. You're like, hey, man, do you like Pink Floyd? Hold this record.
Let me see how you put a tone arm down.
Yeah, exactly. I'll put his tone arm down, if you know what I'm saying.
What's up, Bobby? Good to see you, man. I bet you Bobby's high right now, but it's like saying somebody's breathing right now.
Hey, Randy, were you in Rachel's, I don't know if it was yesterday or today. It was probably today. And I was telling, they were asking me about my soundtracks. And I was like, I'm looking for a Goblin original Italian pressing. And Stunty's like, I think I have the next one. I got to only pay for it once it's delivered.
Right. I
And he
The white cover with the red devil.
No. It's the classic, just the Suspiria with the Ballerate.
Yeah. Okay, I need that one. Yeah, but I have the Goblin First Press Italian.
You don't want to buy a record
Suspiria.
off.
I just saw them tonight.
Unless you got 5 years to wait for it.
Yeah,
I'm still drawing dicks on it. It's on its way.
Yeah, because he was supposed to include an extremely offensive, derogatory drawing of me was part of the deal.
Yeah,
you know?
Great.
So
paid
you
for
a record also?
No, I know the package that he was sending Randy was supposed to include an offensive drawing of me. I'm not quite sure why that was part of the bargain, but it was. You know,
I'll do that for free, Eric. No charge at all.
So there's supposed to be an offensive photo of me, of AGK, and Mason. I don't know how I got lumped in that group of that trio of three people.
You're with the Drac Pack.
Yeah. So, but I'm not quite sure. But either way, I don't know if that's ever going to come to fruition. So it's all good.
That might hurt the value.
I'm thinking
of the
you almost
record.
hope it won't.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you're going to end up on a shirt Vinyl Richie's wearing in one of his videos.
That's what I need to come up with
You, him, Mason, and Mac on a shirt.
Dude, that Maca shirt was fantastic. If it didn't get shut down as soon as it started, that Maca shirt was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just the complete randomness of the image. Even if you didn't know who he was, can you imagine just like, if you're walking down the street wearing that shirt, people would just be like, "What's that image?" Like it was an eye catcher, bro. I would totally wear the Maca shirt, dude.
That's Leroy Neiman, man.
Yeah,
you don't know this piece?
I like the one when
it
says, "When I grow up, I want to be just like Mr. Mayo."
Oh, Mr. Mean Mayo, yeah. Joseph Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that lives in the apartment has all the music but can't play it because his neighbors don't like hearing noises.
Right.
Wow.
I couldn't live in an apartment.
What a fucking existence that must be, huh?
Mm.
I got to stop my stream. My neighbors are getting pissed off that I'm talking.
Yeah, when we first got married, we were in an apartment right after we first got married. And it was the same way, man. If I had my speakers on the wall,
mm-hmm.
and all the time, man, these people pounding on their walls to tell me to turn it down. It's just like, fuck this,
I don't miss it at all. Holy shit, do I not miss that? My God. Something to be said about waking up at 3 a.m. if you want just cranking fucking music.
Right.
It's the fucking best.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was telling everybody, Eric, I got that my first record convention coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, I heard that while I was driving. I couldn't comment, but hopefully it works out, man. And I see that you're riding bitch to avoid your angry ways.
You can say that, yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, yeah.
Randy knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You're gonna go to the record convention. You're gonna find like this really cool like stoner album or psychedelic record you've been looking for years, and someone's like, "That's $80," and you're gonna tell them like, "Hey, I got cash," and they're gonna be like, $60, and then you're gonna look them dead in the eyes, and you're gonna be like, "Look, behind the dumpster out back right now, I'm jerking you off.
The killerest cheese curl you ever had, motherfucker.
I am jerking you off." You said how much? Now.
It's always Sunday. Like usually our shows are Saturday and Sunday, but if you go Sunday late, you can get the best deals, man.
Yeah,
they want to unload,
Oh, so in this case, this would technically be a Sunday because it's a 2-day event and it starts on Friday. So Saturday, I guess, would be the Sunday.
Yeah.
The problem with me is that one for so long as a chef, it just never coincided with I could never go to a record show even if I wanted to. But they're usually in Asheville, an hour away. Charlotte, depending on the day and the traffic, hour 30, hour 40. And then Columbia, South Carolina, depending on where in Columbia it is, hour 20. So I just never made it to a record show. They did one in Greenville for a while, for like 4 or 5 years in a row, and then they moved it to Columbia and made it bigger.
Yeah.
So I'd be down though, man, because I've heard people like brag on them so much, but it's like you also hear people like they're talking about record shows, and you're just like, dude, is the Asheville record store going to be the same as an Austin record show or a LA record show? Like, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Have you been to one, Eric? Convention?
I've never been to a record show. Never. I've been to Comic Cons. I've never been to a record show though.
Did you meet Angus Scrim from Phantasm?
No, I have not. I apologize. I'll have to work on that.
I kid, but I would have loved to have met him, man. He was fucking cool. Rest in peace, man. He's probably in a barrel right now, half his size, as a slave on Jupiter somewhere.
That's heavy.
Wherever they sent those midget guys to. Is that all right? That's not PC now, right? It's little people.
I've known several midgets in my life that find little person to be extremely offensive. And I mean, if you go back 100 years ago, you ever see a great movie? It was really John Wayne, a not so great movie, even though it won the Academy Award. You ever see the remake True Grit?
Yeah, I saw the remake.
And Brolin's character then is like, "You called me little. I'm not a little." Like, dude, that was an insult. I'm sorry. Like, if you call my grandfather like little, like he's not taking that well. Like, you don't call a grown man little. You know, don't call a grown man boy. Like, so I like to say I got a couple friends that are you know, dwarfs or midgets the way they'd say it. You know, and they're not offended by it. But I know a couple that they do not like being called little person at all.
I worked for this
right?
builder. We went up to Traverse City to check out a job. We drove up there, and he's married. His sister is, you know, Vern. What's the guy's name on
Ernest?
No,
Vern Troyer.
Ernest.
yeah, Vern Troyer.
Oh,
Vern Troyer is his sister's
Ernest.
brother, so it's his brother-in-law. You know, he passed away now, but
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
telling me, he goes, "Yeah, last weekend we went up to the job site, and Vern, he was sitting right there in that seat you're in, Randy." Like, no shit. But he was telling us some wild stories, man. That guy was a nut. I mean, just a party animal, man.
It's like peeing in a corner in that reality show, right? It's like,
Yeah,
But
riding the scooter.
I know that like political correctness is always evolving and mutating and changing, and you kind of have to respect the times, you know. But the Thanksgiving dinner I went to was very large, and it was a mixed gathering, predominantly African Americans. And so I was talking to my best friend's dad, who's black, and he hates the contemporary political correct term "people of color." He fucking hates it. He finds it to be divisive. He thinks this is the perspective of a black man, and I'm just sharing it. But he finds people of color to be a reworking of colored people, but also unifies and lumps all people of whatever background together and diversifies them and pits them against white people and causes a division.
Yeah.
So he personally hates the term people of color.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I you know, like I'm not offended by the term people of color, but I totally understand where he's coming from. You know what I mean? Like it does have a sense of divisivity. That's a word? Let's say that's a word.
let's not. But
Divisive,
that's okay.
divisionness. How about that? You're like, let's dumb it up. Let's make it more stupider.
We're all a color, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an umbrella statement.
Well, I don't know, Randy. I'm looking at you right now. You look like you're a glowing white, man. Yeah. You look like you're being,
jellyfish.
I'll be honest with you, Randy, right now, you look like you're getting called to the Lord. You know?
They don't even have my color in the crayon box.
And of course, as soon as I say that, a shadow drops down on you. You know what I mean? Yeah. Randy, are you streaming on a Tandy 200?
You see that fluctuation in light? It's like getting dark and then light again.
What it is I got a light on up above here,
Tandy.
and then my laptop has a pretty bright screen. So if I lower, like, I can go like this. Whoops.
Randy gets all his streaming gear from the last open Radio Shack.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, yes, you're very, very angelic.
That's oh my god.
Wow.
No, it's just light up here.
Hey, dude, it's better than the glowing light from above is better than like a a red glow from below. Yeah. You're like, ah, shit, I made a mistake. I should
No,
have,
it's burning.
dude. I should have prayed over that turkey. I made a mistake.
That's right.
Did everyone have a turkey dinner and all that jazz?
Yeah, dude, my
we
mom
cooked
went
a
fucking
chicken
crazy,
this
man.
year.
She made ham and fucking turkey and
Nice.
like 6 or 7 sides. Like shit I've never seen before. Like she did crazy like 6 cheese mac and cheese and like the starch was like starch overload, man. I had 3 plates and I was in a coma for like
Now, I didn't
45
think
minutes.
I didn't think anything of it because I knew we were going to be eating later and we were going to be hanging out. So I made deviled eggs, and I was just like, whatever. I just, I took it for granted. But everyone, and people are hit or miss. Some people just like don't want to try and aren't going to eat deviled eggs. They inhaled them like candy, and everyone was telling me it's the best deviled eggs they ever had in their entire life. And I just thought like, okay, deviled eggs is something I made. Apparently, 11 people just told me I make the best deviled eggs in the world.
Yeah.
So,
Paprika on the top,
and they're still in town, and my best friend's sister-in-law didn't even get one. So apparently, I'm hanging out with them on Saturday. I am, but apparently, I need to make more deviled eggs.
Yeah.
So
paprika.
that'd be cool. Yeah,
Put paprika on the top, Eric.
I have an African peri peri seasoning blend, which has some paprika in it. But then I do a little smoked paprika at the end.
Do you use Hellman's or Duke's?
I'm a Duke's guy. It's regional. I support local and small business the best I can.
Yeah, we got Duke's up here now.
I'm not against Hellman's. I mean, I'm not like an elitist, like a mayonnaise elitist. But I prefer to support local or smaller businesses opposed to conglomerates.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to buy. I'm not gonna buy. I went through a store one time, and I was like, what was one of the places like Aldi's or some of these like commercial box places where everything's on sale and discounted, and the big clearance item for that day was 25-cent mayonnaise, and I was like, holy shnikes, how do you even sell 25 cents mayonnaise? And you're like, obviously it's a loss leader. They're just trying to sell something cheap so they can get as many people as possible. But I look in the back and it says made in China. Yeah. But I'm thinking to myself, why in the fuck would I ever buy Chinese-made mayonnaise?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when there's a local business 8 miles down the road that's making it. Like you're like, no, not
It's
chance.
like the dollar store. All the food in there is. You look on the back; it's all made in China.
Yeah. If we ever come to global conflict, there's going to be a pickle because all the countries around the world don't have a supply chain. We all rely on China to make everything.
Yep.
And it's easy to turn a blind eye to slavery when it's not in your country.
Yep.
You're like, I just enjoy my iPhone. Everything's fine. Let's all ignore what's happening. Nothing's going on. Nothing's happening.
Whose voice is that? Is that America's voice?
Yeah, that's
the voice of America.
That's a Karen that just wants her phone. I don't know. That's just some substitute teacher quasi Karen lady. I don't know. You tell me.
I thought it was the chef on the Muppets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Herd. Yeah.
We're gonna cook you chicken.
Yeah, so I got to go back and check out Eric's video. That's going to be the first one I've ever watched on his channel.
Now, don't have that. Well, if you comment it, it'd be the first one you ever comment on. I can't say it's the first one you ever watched, but it's all good. Now, this one, Steve Carlson sent me some VCLT, and there was some stoner shit and some stuff that I know Aaron will appreciate, but it was also kind of heavier on the Zam rock. And then I didn't paint my picture well because it was bedtime and I was fucking half asleep. But everyone just kind of lumps everything in fucking like Zam rock, kind of like psychedelic and garage and early hard and heavy and proto punk kind of all amalgamate and the lines get blurred. But one thing is less blurry is the country of origin. And it seems like if any music was made in Africa in the 1970s, it's Zam rock. And you're like, but this man is from Nigeria and this guy is from Cameroon and this guy is from Ghana. They can't all be Zam rock from Zambia if they don't live there. But so I tried to show a bunch of like Afro rock, Afro beat, cool shit, and then I segued into the green light music from Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
There you go. Spanning some distance.
And then I showed a rad comp, a Detroit-based neo garage revival punk comp that I've been looking for on vinyl for years. And I found a CD, and I was like, I'll settle for a CD now. I know I could buy it. You can buy whatever you want online, but I still love the thrill of the hunt. I still buy most of my shit in stores.
Yep.
So you prefer to not have something on vinyl, even though you can grab it now, even though if you're gonna, how long are you gonna suffer before you find it? There's gotta be some shit on your list that you're just not gonna find in the bins.
I don't. Then I have reached out and bought stuff like that. Like here's a fucking perfect example, and it kind of falls in the same wheelhouse. This is Demon Fuzz. This is crazy, whacked out.
Yeah, I totally.
African.
That's like a grown man staple. That album.
Yeah, this is a fucking awesome album, but I could never find this, so I saw it online on eBay for sale. On like, not
What's
for
that?
sale, on sale.
Who's that made by? Mine's like a bootleg cover.
This is music on vinyl repress.
Okay, yeah.
From BMG.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, sometimes you just have to go online. It is what it is. I'm not mad at it, but I'm pretty lucky with the stores I have around here, and I don't take for granted. I don't take for granted how lucky I am for my stores and the stuff I already own. But then there's also some stuff too where like I've reached out in the past, and I know Randy has a copy of this because I sent him one. But Aaron, I think I've showed you this in the past. But if you're not familiar with Irish coffee, this shit is right in your wheelhouse. But so I told the guy, I was shooting the breeze with a guy at a local record store I like, and I was telling him, yada, yada, this, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling him about this record. I haven't found a copy. And I said, I think I'm just going to order it online. He said, let me see if I can order it. And then he's like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. You can get it for 90 cents cheaper than I can give it to you online. I was like, dude, go and fucking order 2 or 3 so you can have some in the store. And like, you get your $1 off of me. I don't care. So even then, like sometimes I've reached out to a store and be like, "Hey, are you gonna stock this?" And then I'll just buy it from the store and let them give me $1.
72?
71, yeah. 71? The originals are like $1,000, but Irish coffee, Belgium, whatever, Dutch, early, hard and heavy, like, dude, right in your wheelhouse. You're totally gonna dig it, man. Yeah. I'd be so surprised if you don't dig this album. Truly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Have you guys played it on a Hydra before?
Huh?
What's that?
Hasn't somebody played that on one of the Hydra episodes? Irish coffee?
I don't think
I don't think anybody's played that. No.
Okay.
I'd say no.
I've got that one, Randy. It's a good one.
Yeah.
What
I can
one?
play some this Saturday.
Yeah, I think I've seen somebody play it before. I thought it was Hydra, but I'm mistaken.
What did I miss? You're going to play what Saturday, Randy?
No, I said I could play some of that Irish coffee Saturday.
Irish
I
coffee.
still got to make my list. I don't know what I'm going to go for here.
Yeah, well, John's going to be he's away on vacay right now, so myself and Randy, we're going to do like extended sets.
Or like this one.
That's a staple, yeah.
So I was talking to a shop owner, and I was like, "Man, this has always been a gap. One of these, I'm just gonna like buy it online or whatever." And he's like, "Dude, I think I got a distributor. Let me check it out." And like I say, the difference between buying it online and buying it from his store was a freaking $1. You know what I mean? So I was just like, "Dude, take your $1," and then he bought a couple more to mark up and sell or whatever. So sometimes, like, I'm lucky that there's 3 good stores in town, but I'm friends with 2 of the owners. So if there's something I really dig, there has been multiple times where I'll reach out to a shop and be like, "Hey, dude, is this something you think you're going to stock again?" And if they're not, then I'll just go and bite the bullet and buy it online like I did with the Demon Fuzz. Because when I wanted to buy Demon Fuzz, my buddy is like, "Dude, I wanted to restock that, and I put it on my last 3 orders, but the distributor said they've been out." And then you look it up on eBay, and then someone has it, and it's on sale. So you're just like, "Okay, I guess I got Demon Fuzz on eBay. It is what it is."
Yeah.
But I still never discogged. I've never had bad luck with eBay. I've got everything's been shipped on time. Everything's been in good condition except one time, and the seller made it right. I've just never had a bad experience on eBay that made me think I need to go elsewhere.
I sold some records today on Discogs, and I'm like, that's it. I'm going for it, right? So there was a seller on eBay selling the First Addicts LP. The first press you can't find. You can't find it. It's got the drawing of like the clown or whatever is different than everything after it. And I went over to eBay, and there was a seller on there that had it for $65 $65 plus shipping, you know. And I was looking at it last night, and I kept the page up so I'd remember in the morning. And then I sold those records this morning, and I ran over to eBay to get it, and it's gone, man. Somebody bought it. So I had to buy from a seller in Slovakia. But luckily, it was only $11 shipping. That's what I don't understand is how come some of the European countries can sell it, like Germany, you can usually get shipping like $10 or $11. But then if you get like the UK or, maybe France or any of those other countries, they're like 20, 24, $25 for shipping. But anyway, I was just happy finally get it. That's a tough record to get. Even the represses are just, the 3 or 4 year old represses are going for $60, $50. It's just crazy. But that's a great album, though.
Yeah, there's some represses floating around. I don't know if anybody knows Acid Bath or like sludge, like Louisiana kind of sludge metal. And man, just some killer fucking shit, but hard to find original presses. And there's some bootlegs and represses around, but they're kind of few and far between. That's the kind of shit that I would hope I would find out in the wild or at like a record convention. Something.
Dude, I've been getting lucky in stores recently, man. I need to catch up. I've been so focused on, pursuing this new job and like finding stuff to purge and et cetera, like cleaning out all the doo-doo from my collection. But recently, like a guy at one of the main record stores has been dumping off a whole bunch of late 60s, early 70s, like krautrock and space rock and kind of like weird psychedelic shit. And it's just stuff you don't see every day. So all that stuff that I don't ever play and I just blind bought early on or was a joke between me and an ex-girlfriend, you just buy it for shits and tickles. Like, I don't miss any of it. And now that I'm like getting more selective when you reach those next layers, if I purge, and I haven't yet, but if I purge Pat Benatar and Aerosmith, I don't give a shit because I'll find it again. And I don't care about what pressing it is. And if it leaves my collection and I could trade that off to get some weird record on the Brain label or the Metrodome label or some shit like that, like deuces, gone. Could care less.
I was just talking to Patrick about that on his stream the other day. Have you guys watched that? If you type in on YouTube, Pat Benatar, Hell is for Children, best live, wherever it was. Man, I tell you what, that drummer in that band is unbelievable. The guy looks like he's a punk rocker from the Sex Pistols or something. He's got this red hair that's out to here. You should watch this guy wail on it. But that live song, it's like if you watch it, it's the last song of like her show, and holy shit, did they nail that? I mean, it is unbelievable.
Great band.
Oh,
the band, there's great musicians in that band,
Yeah.
I think it's probably on this stream. Yeah, I was on a stream after a Saturday night. We were hanging out. So I'm being redundant and repeating myself from a couple weeks ago. But I was having this conversation with Bip Bop Boom, here up on the panel. And I was like, they're still like, dude, I got multiple Ramones gaps. And it's like, there's stuff that, like I'm still trying to chase and fill that some, if I don't find in store, like I will buy those online eventually as I get more focused and isolated on my collection. But like the fact that like I don't have some of these Ramones gaps or these Black Flag gaps or some of these like, cliche but awesome albums that you should own if you truly love music. But then I have some second tier album I thought was going to be funk but is more disco. Buy. It doesn't need to be in the collection,
Yeah.
So that's what I've been focusing on.
With my yesterday, I listed about 25 records I took out of my punk collection that are more modern punk stuff, and
like modern post-hardcore stuff, screaming, angry.
No, it's punk, but it's been done before. You know what I mean? Bands like
so
that.
Kind of derivative. You've heard it before.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna I put all that stuff up on sale on Discogs, and I'm just gonna go for the classic punk stuff I'm missing.
Name the bands, dude. I want to hear these new bands that didn't make the cut, man.
I got them in the other room in my cell pile, but it's just it's a bunch of stuff I bought on Deadbeat Records.
Mm.
They're cheaper albums, but I mean they sound good, but they're just there's just so much.
Speaking of Deadbeat, I got they repressed the Dead Boys record, the one with the green font on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 3 Dead Boys, like 2 albums and like a live album, you know. But like there's the Dead Boys I'm missing. I got a whatever it is. I think I might have it next to me, but I got a clean copy. I still don't have Raw Power. You know, when you're like, the Stooges are phenomenal. Their first 3 records are an absolute must. But when you start evaluating your collection, and then I don't know where it is, but I got this repress of Funhouse, and then I got a 1979 really clean pressing of the debut. But I don't have Raw Power. The only thing I have is this comp album from a previous record store day that I got after the fact of Iggy and the Stooges' Rare Power.
Yeah, I got that one.
You know, but so it's like,
Mhm.
when I have gaps in my collection like that, I could care less about some wannabe funk album that's really disco.
Yeah.
Raw Power was the first Stooges album I ever had, but it was on cassette.
So is that your favorite because you have a connection with it?
No, I like Funhouse the best.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I like them all pretty much
Well, people
equally.
Like, I've been given a hard time in the past for having a really strong connection to some girls, and people were like, "That's not the Rolling Stones." You're like, "Yeah, but it's the first Rolling Stones I listened to."
Yeah.
That's like people
Is it
saying
my
Henry
favorite Rolling
Rollins.
Stones? No, but what's this?
Yeah.
It's like people saying Henry Rollins isn't really Black Flag. This is a Black Flag demos from '82. This is a re-release
Yeah.
I got
I got that
recently.
one. That's really
released in
good, man.
2015.
Awesome.
Yeah. There's a store by me you might want to check out. They've got an online presence. It's called Dr. Strange. They've been around since like 88, 89.
Okay.
And the guy, he just specializes in punk, and he's got all kinds of stuff, and he's
I
really
think I
easy
got-
to deal with.
I think that he's the guy I bought my Agent Savant from Dickie's
Yeah.
reissue. What's funny is I look for the original forever, right?
Uh-huh.
And about a month, I remember Michael Pilmer showed them. About a month before they released all those in different colors, I found it. I bought it, and then a month later they come out with the reissue of that thing.
Yeah.
That was a hard record to find, man.
Yeah.
We lose Eddie?
No, he's fighting with his dogs, probably.
He's buying.
Dude,
it.
yeah, it is.
I wish I had. I did all my purging like years ago. I guess I'm happy to say everything I have in my collection now I love and I wouldn't get rid of. But there's something to be said about that whole beginning of the purging thing,
Now-
like Eric's doing, and getting rid of all that kind of stuff. And
I haven't gotten super deep into it. I'm going to wait till the jazz fad drops off because I'm a jazz fan, but I'm not a jazz nut. And right now it's a huge trend, and that's dictating the market. But slowly what I plan on doing is I have this Aaron, I think I've shown you pictures of my living room. I can't recall. But I have this stand for my predominant turntable in my living room, and it has like 2 racks on it that kind of like slot down where you can store records. And the one to the right, some things are stacked in it, forward flipping, and it's all like in the very back. What little Christmas and Halloween records I want are very select and few, and then 12-inch singles, 10 inches, and 45s.
Yeah.
And then to the left of that is recently spun, need to file and put away with stuff that I put off the turntable. And the very back, the very bottom fits 110 jazz records. And my personal opinion, if you own $2,000-$4,000 jazz, 4,000 jazz records, that's your prerogative, that's your passion. More power to you. I am not knocking you. But for me, my goal eventually for that is to have 110, 150, whatever it is, in my personal opinion, my favorites of jazz heaters. I don't need any second, third tier jazz. I like Donald Byrd, but some of the stuff I need to get rid of, I don't need Donald Byrd's 70s Electra album. Like, don't get me wrong, I like his Blackbirds and that funk side project he did. I think that's pretty dope. But there's some stuff where it's like, I don't need Stanley Turrentine's 23rd album or insert whatever hypothetical. But so like, we all need to make like our concessions in our collection of where we put our focus in, you know. And like, I have another bin that's tucked in underneath my end table to the left of me, and it probably holds like 60 records. That's my hard cut off. Like, that's where all my that's where all my soundtracks go. Now, I don't care personally right now if some of those soundtracks aren't absolute killers, because if I pull out a Wildcats soundtrack from the 80s and I have a chuckle and I laugh because I remember a Goldie Hawn movie, but I don't really want to play the record, that doesn't hurt my feelings. But eventually, if I acquire too many soundtracks where they don't fit, then the Wildcats gets fucking purged. Right. And you just have, sometimes you're like, I have a allotted amount of space for this, and that's what it is. Now, that being said, I love 60s, 70s, garage rock, proto-punk, hard and heavy, psychedelic, blues rock, space rock, kraut rock, all that. I'll find more room for that shit if I find more and more of it. But there's some stuff where it's like, I don't need 400 jazz records.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. It's good you're making room.
It is what it is, and it's all personal opinion.
It's an ongoing process, man. As you add more records, you're going to be getting rid of more. Because at one point, space is going to dictate how big your collection is going to be.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried when I get to that point because, like I was saying, I love every album I have in here. I fucking love.
Then don't purge. You just eventually get to the point where you just know you just keep on adding to what's already good because you already know where you stand.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get to that point where I whittle down to nothing but great stuff, in my opinion, and then I can add to it from there. Because I'm not scared of because there's some people that have this weird I don't want more than 1,500 is my magic number. I'll never have more than 1,500 records, and you're just like, yeah, but you love 3,000 records, but you'll only own 1,500. But so space and everything.
Yourself. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, so. It's all people's personal prerogative, but one of the first things that got chopped for me, besides blind buys that failed and stupid album covers I bought because I was younger and I had to chuckle with friends because you're drinking and smoking and you have a big laugh over how dumb an album cover is, and then I just got rid of all that stuff. If a song's so important that I need to own it, I'll buy a 45. I don't need records that have one or two songs on it, period. I don't DJ anymore. I just like Stories, Brother Louie. I love that song. I don't care what anyone says. I think that's a great song. Album is hot trash. I don't defend a single other song on the entire album. I don't need to own it. I just purged it. I'll play it online.
I have a lot of those 60s psychedelic albums that there literally is only two good songs on them, but I just can't get rid of it.
But is the rest of the album awful?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Awful, because there's a lot of 80s R&B where there's one Atlantic Star or Midnight Star.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them awful, but they're not nearly as good as.
But then there's some records too where you have to look at it almost like a 45. There's a lot of sight records where you're like, this is a B-side album or this is the A-side album.
Right.
And you play that side and you're done.
Yeah. I think that's a lot. John and Randy, they were talking about this at one point about 45s and why, at least part of the reason why they collect 45s would be that for that exact reason, Eric, a band typically doesn't have a lot of great songs and they just want to focus in on that one good song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so 45s kind of lend themselves to that type of collecting. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
I find 45s tedious, but I think if you're looking at it like that, it's a much broader way of looking at collecting.
Yeah. And see, I'm 39 or 40. A lot of these albums that I started collecting over a decade ago. I don't even know, but over 15 years ago, records were cheaper, and I wish I wasn't so cheap then, even though I was making good money and bought because back then you're 15 years ago, you're I don't want to spend $20 on a record. And now some of these records I wish I spent $24 on are $150 records.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
But
that's why I don't buy, because I was on this huge psych binge, just buying all, but the prices these things are going for now, I just got away from buying. But they're kind of going to come down now too, though. Yeah, it's crazy though, Yeah. I've been filling in power pop and punk and
see some of that power pop. A lot of those are songs for me too. A lot of the power pop stuff is just I don't need this album.
Yeah.
So now I don't mind discovering an album and being wrong. When people are just super selective and they look at record collecting is like they have to do their homework and research and compare 15 different presents. And like, what if I buy it wrong? Okay, so you spent $15 on a record. You discovered something new. You know what you like. Maybe you learn about another band or read the liner notes and learn about another album in their catalog. You trade it in and maybe you only get $9 off of your 15, or maybe you only get $8. Well, you paid for an experience. You owned it for a while. Like, you just move on from it. Like, people that are scared to take a loss, so they just keep and hoard stuff. I don't get.
Yeah.
That's Eddie's Discogs face.
He's like, Purge? What do you mean?
Purge? What? I'm buying right now. I bought
that's what I did when I went to Austin on Tuesday. I took a crate full of records, and I walked out with a few. I mean, I didn't do anything else that piqued my interest. It basically paid for my trip.
Yeah.
I was able to buy merch.
There you go.
I was able to buy dinner, come back the next day, have breakfast with everything that I sold. So
that's a great
It's all
way to
good.
do it, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
If you can get away with doing it, if you got that kind of library and you can peel off shit that's worth money and get more shit that's worth money and not have
But
to
it's
spend
stuff that I had duplicate copies of. You know, some stuff was duplicates or stuff that I've upgraded. It's like, well, I don't need 2 copies of Mountain.
Yeah, that's one thing I've been going through. Like my Birds collection. I've got, the early copies. I've got probably 4 copies of their early records, like a Japanese. I've got mono, stereo, and
Dude,
gotta
you know what you do?
narrow it down.
Randy, as a friend that wants to help you unburden yourself, you can
Here
send
we
me
go.
doubles of anything you have. I'll take all the Japanese
Oh,
presents.
this is set up. I
You know,
think
like,
you're
dude, like, I'm
going to
just
end up having to jerk somebody off, Eric.
That's going to be
As a friend, as a friend,
That's a
let me help you.
I got to
And
send you
I'm not.
something anyways.
I know we're separated by distance, but if you need me to call you on the phone and talk you through a jerk session, you're gonna want to start with the penis. A lot of people don't understand how to jerk off, but the first thing you do, counterintuitive, put your penis in your hand. You're like,
I got to
oh,
show you something called Stranger in the Tub.
yeah.
He'll do a free session on his OnlyFans page.
Eric, I'm 56. I got way more experience of that.
Look, I don't know if you'll try this, but you're going to go left hand reverse grip. All right, it's got. Look, you're going to be able to do this. I'm going to talk you through it. Get after it.
Oh no!
So
Hey
we just
guys, I gotta run because I gotta help my wife.
scared him.
I think that's probably a great place to end this, honestly, guys.
I just scared him away, or he's like, I did one of 2 things. I either just scared him away, or he's like, I got to jerk off right.
Oh, the last 20 minutes, I'm thinking, how the
I
hell
think
am
we're
I
all
gonna
going to
get
leave
up
and
here?
jerk off, actually, at this point. Listen, look, I had a great time tonight. It was just give me 1 minute, Randy. We'll all leave at the same time. Thanks for coming by on a Thursday. I appreciate it. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed the music. Now, listen, Saturday coming up, not tomorrow, but the next day, we got Hydra 20 coming up, and it's going to be myself and Randy. We're going to do extended sets because John's off on vacation. So I hope you guys are going to come out and hang out for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun. But everybody hanging out in the gallery that's hung out for the past 3 hours, I hope you had a great time, and it's been my pleasure to hang out with you guys and spin a little music for you. And it's always fun to talk about jerking off and what hand you want to use and Stranger in the Tub. So listen, come on by Saturday, and we'll talk a little more about that. We'll expand on that, and we'll get Eric up here. And
if any of you fuckos are bored and you want to watch a stupid idiot ramble about records, there's a gentleman named Eric Weinbender that made a video today.
the guy with no imagination. Check him out.
Just not. Oh, not unless it's about jerking off left-handed reverse grip.
Then he's all over the place. This guy's a Lothario. You're talking about grip technique.
Man, I tell you what, man, I get after it. You know, got to get what she's after.
That's right.
Last thing, Aaron, I've been pricing out laptops and researching them. We've been talking about it or whatever. But if you have some in your mind, send me a link. Like if you're just like, hey man, I think this is the best bang for the buck at $800-900 or whatever. Send me a link.
Call me tomorrow.
Yeah, get an HP. I bought one of these.
That's right. That's exactly right. Get a Hewlett Packard.
So I'll probably there's usually post Christmas sales. So I plan on buying a laptop in January.
There you go. I'll turn.
Just make sure you keep it cool though. That's the
Great
thing about
price point.
laptops. They got to keep them cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Dave, thanks
I've
for coming
killed
by,
3 of
buddy. It's
them.
good to have you up
Thanks
here,
for
man.
having
Thanks.
me. It's been fun. Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
sorry I
Eddie?
yapped so much that you barely got to speak, dude. I'm fucking
Oh,
on it.
it's all right. It's all good.
No,
It's
you
all
got to
good.
watch it when Eric comes up. The dude dominates the fucking
Ah,
panel.
it's all good.
Fucking
But no, we'll see you soon. Thanks for coming by,
Dominates.
Dave and Eddie and Randy. Thanks for coming by. Randy, I'll see you Saturday, homie.
All right, man.
And everybody
All right,
in the gallery, everybody hanging out. I appreciate you, man. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Y'all
Eddie,
be cool.
or,
Yeah.
Eric,
Y'all
call
be
me tomorrow,
easy,
buddy.
stay
We'll catch up.
sleazy.
Take it easy.